Good evening, everyone out there. Hallelujah to you. We appreciate God for another wonderful evening. MC AbokiJesu, you are ready. Yes, thank you for joining. Shani Black, Loba Gold 12. Thank you all for joining, and other people that will join too. First, we apologize for today's lateness due to some technical issues. The devil is a liar. We appreciate God once again for this day. And we believe that this topic today is going to be a very meaningful and engaging one, and also will be impacting to the audience. God bless you. Yes, today the topic is benefits of CPAAN membership with our able brother, talented icon, honorary senior evangelist Bakare Oluwatosin, MC AbokiJesu. Yes, this is the anthem. Yes. For we are together. Hallelujah is our song of CPAAN, of CPAAN. CPAAN is our name. We sing unto the Lord, and the name of God be praised. Celestial Performing Artists Association of Nigeria, we put our trust in God. That's yes, 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 we know how tomorrow will be great. Of CPAAN, of CPAAN, CPAAN is our I love this anthem. We sing unto the Lord, and the name of God be praised. Of CPAAN, Hallelujah is our song. All right, their motto is Hallelujah is our song. Anyway, more to come from the guest speaker himself, MC AbokiJesu. Ogade 23, thanks for joining. I'm K6, thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Shegun Coke, Shani Black, thanks for joining. Now let's go with our guest for today, AbokiJesu, the PRO of CPAAN. Hallelujah, sir.
Hallelujah, sir.
You're welcome to this live session once again, sir.
It's a blessing.
Yes, sir. We really appreciate you, for listening to us, and for you being available, make yourself available for the live session. God bless you so much, sir.
Let's give God the glory, the one that's given us the privilege to serve old. So I want to appreciate your doggedness doing this to propagate the name of God and to promote, goodness of God's work in the fold as well among the CM, that is the Celestial Choir Masters, and so on and so forth. So I want to appreciate to bring him on this show. So good evening to everyone, everywhere you are listening to Celestial Choir Master online program. In Asia, in America, in London, in all over Africa, we say God bless. Hallelujah is our song.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe later the secretary and the chairman too, they can join, or if they're ready to, we take one person, then we can have one other slot. Okay, we can can we take one person with you?
No problem, especially my secretary, my powerful evangelist Shegun Coke. So
okay, all right. Let me send a request to him. So while I ask questions, so any of you can,
exactly
contribute. Why you will be the chief contributor, you understand? God bless you, sir.
You are welcome, sir. It's an honor.
Okay, sir. Okay, I've sent a request to him, so he will join soon. So, sir, first, what brought about that name, CPAAN? And just give us a brief story of how it all started with that name.
Okay, first and foremost, my name is Honorary Senior Evangelist Bakare, popularly known as MC AbokiJesu.
Sorry, hold on, sorry, sir. Shegun Coke, I think we should call you back.
Yes.
Let's call you back.
Give me a few minutes. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, you can continue, sir.
Popularly known as MC AbokiJesu, I do. I'm an artist, a complete art. I teach art, I practice art, and aside from being a comedian, I'm a painter, renowned painter, and I do many things that covers entertainment, that we can call entertainment. So the grace that I carry is unlimited. I thank God for that. And to your question, sir, what brought about CPAAN? I want to say it's the grace that has been given to Cele, that it is Celestial that is going to cleanse the world. And when the word, the purpose want to come to being, out to manifestation, let me just put it that way. It starts with a particular set of people. We musician, choir master, chorister, we are the salt of the church. Àwa ni iyọ̀ ayé, wọ́n dẹ̀ ní tí iyọ̀ bá sọ adùn ó máa di ògùn. Torí Ọlọ́run ò fẹ́ ká di ògùn nínú ìjọ yìí. He doesn't want us to be just a waste generation. He want to, accompany that word, through us. And that's why 4 years ago, why we have some talented, gifted, and ever, dynamic icons of Celestials, which have been using their talent to appraise God during our convention, revival, and so on and so forth. Basically, they do music for a living. I want to mention the likes of our father, Baba Remi Olabanji, the apostle of music himself, that is popularly known as Kukunduku Akorin Oshofa. Respect to that name. And our father, Baba Buruburu, psalmist, and so on and so forth. So they have contributed a lot of quota to the church, music. So kudos to them. During our convention, they always come to praise God, most especially our father, Baba Akinade Bayo, popularly known as Imolayo. They come with their musical instruments. They set at the convention to entertain people. And these are the people, the upcoming talented Celestial musicians are looking up to. In that way, they want to be like them. They want to use their own talent as well to praise God. They want to come to the convention, just to propagate the gospel as well. So I noticed at a point, when you get to Imeko, our holy ground, no any corner that as an individual we get to, that you will not see a particular musician playing. So at a point, we started having issues. We started becomes over rowdy. It becomes rowdy, and people comment. They say a lot of things that we are no more, praising God. That is for another purpose. Are you getting it? So at the point, the committee of the church came together. Most especially the committee of that year's convention said, okay, it is high time we come together and do a new thing. So from there, they put it to all the Celestial musicians, that is, those that does music for living. They have their own personal band. They go for revival. They go for harvest concerts, and even they made themselves available during our conventions to contribute to God's work. So I want to believe it is that particular time we now think of coming together to do things in one accord. So from there, we thank God for the life of our father, King of Gospel himself, and the likes of Prince Abel Dosumu, the likes of Ambassador Shegunabi, and to mention few. They came together, okay, and even this our brother and our father as well, the icon himself, King Sami P. Samson Adekombi, they came together, okay, it is high time we come together, do things in one accord. That is how CPAAN came to be. Okay. So, and it is not about the musician alone, so to say. It includes all performers. That is, whatever you do to entertain on stage, which includes his own band that does it for a living, dancer, choreographer, dramatist, group of dramatists. They come together, and we did a very fantastic one stage, one mic that year, and it was awesome. Though it doesn't please many of our lovers, that is music lovers and other Celestial fans, that it doesn't give room for enough people to enjoy their favorite artists and so on and so forth. And the point, but we are in for a change. We are in for it, and I thank God for, to the glory of God, the conventions that we had afterwards. It was awesome. It's combination of both the known artists, the upcoming artists, and the comedians, and so on, to mention few. Dancers. We have Celestial Steppers amidst us. They are a group of dancers in this Celestial Church of Christ. You know them very well. We have instrumentalists that owns their own personal band, the likes of Sheyi's Strings. Sheyi Strings. Yes, Sheyi Guitar. And, it has been a show of, what am I going to call it? Talents are coming in. Talented Celestial are having their ways through this, platform. So glory be to God that we have the list of the people that governs the CPAAN, which I'm going to. It's not a Nigerian thing alone. It's a diaspora thing as well. That is, both the Nigerian artists and the foreign artists, we do things in common, and it is, it's spread. A baby that was born in a day doesn't walk that particular day. So we have a lot of advantage, and that people that are still waiting for what is it all about. I think it is high time they wake up and let's promote this particular Ijomimo Lomawe Ayemo. Let me quickly run through. We have the BOT chairman, which is King Femi Opalemo. And also we have the likes of the national, which it came on line of recent, is one BOT member, Evangelist Shegun Coke. We have also member of the BOT, that is the Board of Trustee. And before that, to solidify the association and to give it a base, it is registered under the CAC. That is, so that we will not just be operating and will be floating. There must be rules that is guiding the organization. A lot of speculation has springed up that we are in to cause a lot of things in Sele, or to have our own this and that. And this is why we went to the pastor, and it has been endorsed by the pastor. The pastor loves what we are in for, because we are here for change. We are here for discipline. We are here for promotion, and so on and so forth. We still talk about that. So we have Evangelist Rotimi Olaoshibikon as well, as member of the BOT. We have also, just to mention few, we have Shegun Ajidara as member of BOT as well. We have King Sammy P. Samson Adekombi. We have also the president of the CPAAN as member of BOT as well, Ambassador Shegun Nabi, and so on and so forth. And only looking where Akuma ni olórí, ohun tó fa àwọn ìyẹn nìyẹn tó ṣe bí òwe. We must have a particular people that that will guide the organization. Also, we have Evangelist Kola Akinyemi, popularly known as Arole Babara, is the treasurer. We have Evangelist Abel, or Prince Abel Dosumu Meganina, as member of the BOT of CPAAN. So those are the names. Okay, Olusegun Oladipupo also is a BOT member as well. And we constitute the national committee that will be overseeing activities that will be in charge of running the organization to make it easy for the BOT as well, which includes the international based artists as well. We have Jababa representing the Cotonou. We have our father Evangelist Alori from UK. We have our father Sake from US. Sammy Jerry is part of us as well. We have Evangelist Rotimi Olaoshibikon. We have Evangelist Shegun Daramola as one of the national, executive of the CPAAN as well. So just let me go straight to, I think I've done justice to those that involve in CPAAN. It's not about the musician alone. The actor and actresses, they are part of us. We do things in common. It's not that someone will be having his own activities here, another person will be displaying his own drama presentation in one corner, you know. And it's not about the convention alone. We are in, you know, to propagate the name of God. That is why we have the anthem, and our logo and our theme is Hallelujah, is our song. You know, and I want to appreciate you for playing the anthem so that many people that did not know will start knowing what CPAAN is all about. Let me tell you categorically, CPAAN is spreading like Wi-Fi, as I've said earlier. You know, we are here to constitute the CPAAN of Benin Republic, so that you know that we have our tentacles over there. In Nigeria, I want to tell you, in Southwest, areas where we have CPAAN growing, in Ogun State, they are there. In Lagos State, they are existing. One of the points I'm going to appreciate, you know, mentioning Lagos State, is just concluded concert. CPAAN Lagos hosted their concert, which is tagged Yanga Praise. I think those people that will back me up, they will see that concert as another means. Some artists that you have not even, you know, had their name, they participated in that concert. Is that not a plus for CPAAN? That is a state. When we now talk about the general, body of CPAAN, you know what we are in for. The purpose and aims and objective of CPAAN. Are you with me, sir?
Okay, sorry. Yes, before you move, sir, someone is asking that he didn't hear you mention Canada. Is there a move for Canada?
You know, I don't have every database on my head. Yes, Canada is also for you to know that we have representative there, which whenever we have missing anything, we are for correction. I'm not a perfect human being. I want to appreciate you for, you know, putting me through. Thank you very much. You know, so we as part of purpose of CPAAN, we are in to create discipline among Celestial artists. Discipline is one of those things that we are taking up. Of recent, I'm in, you know, and there's the songs they sing in the church of God, you know, and the attention of CPAAN has been called to that, and there is ongoing investigation. The committee of CPAAN, the executive committee of CPAAN, are working on that to curb abnormalities in you know, most especially that comes up within the musician as well. Discipline is one of the purpose.
So abnormalities like what?
Àwọn orin nílẹ̀ àjòjì, you know, àwọn orin tí àtàwọn èèyàn máa kọ nílẹ̀ àjòjì. Are you getting it? Like our songs that is being presented, you know, on pleasant arena, or bringing the worldly songs, you know, into the church. All those things, we cannot do it, you know, at once, but, you know, gradually those things are being worked on among us. Also, we have, you know, we are in to discover talent as well. Is one of the major.
Yes, Aboki. Yes, someone wants to, I guess, not only one, but I'm sure some other people missed this. The person said investigating one. I think you said one. I think the network was breaking. One artist that you are investigating now. What was the issue?
Yeah,
people want to really have information like these guys. Sorry in quotes. These people, they are working, and we know that they are working. That's why we're asking more questions. No, So we are going to take in them. So investigating what happened, so that when it happens again, we know that yes, they can report someone to CPAAN. That CPAAN know someone
Exactly.
that that is under you is doing this. So the person will be maybe probably scared that there will be maybe an authority to question him or her. So that's why they want to know more about that particular stuff.
You
You might
know,
not mention names, but just the artist, what
exactly.
happened. Yes.
When okay, I'm going to put that to my secretary. He called my attention to that what
Okay.
happened. President, they are working on that situation. It will give me more fact because I don't want to give on
Okay.
a
I get. Okay.
fact that is not
Yes. Okay.
adequate. When it comes up, it will share more light on that. You know,
All right.
we only branch a bit towards
All
all
right.
the abnormal. I don't want to mention categorically. So
All right.
it is an avenue for because we know much of the the big name of a celestial artist. So by coming together to do things in common in a particular stage, we discover talent as well. The
Okay.
upcoming ones. A lot of celestial CM, they have their own band. You know, they do music for living as well. Why some are not even, having, they don't even have a band. They are just, there as a CM because of their God's given talent, that is the leadership spirit. But some, they have their band and their name is not even known. But, for the fact that we have rules before you can be a member, you must own your own particular band,
Okay.
be a good ambassador that we know that we can represent CPAAN anytime, any day, and you must have at least an album before you can
Okay.
be a member.
Remember.
That's the number one,
Requirement.
criteria before we
Okay.
enroll you as a member. And we give autonomy to the state governors, to oversee. We give autonomy so that they can have their own concert or any program that is educative, informative, and even health aspect. They can have a health program because the job we do is very, very, physical. A lot of artists in Celestial Church of Christ, they don't care about their health issues. Example, sorry to mention what happened to our father of recent. They have been in the system for so long. Have they been, their health, issues has been monitored for so long a time. It's possible it will not deteriorate to what it is today. So we give, grace for governors to have their own programs in order to discover people, to educate them on what to do, especially in this fold, Celestial Church of Christ. We also have we organize seminars in retraining artists. Some people found themselves in this discipline. They don't know how to make money. All they do is go to show, come home. In some of our seminars, we bring professionals to educate people on how to, to be up and doing in their field and so on and so forth. As a body and as a different state, we do that as well. And a lot of program is, on the way that as a member, you are going to be of great benefit to you. And as part of our purpose, you as an artist, you might need a recommendation from an organization. Maybe you were given an opportunity to come to a particular place. If with your contributions and your commitment to the organization, CPAAN can give, recommendation letter, because it is organization that is formed and solid, not just, for money making alone. Or we are here for business in Celestial Church of Christ to support the career of any individual, artist that is committed, that is showing his own, contributing immensely, not all those for Niku, for Ladide. When you are recommended for a particular thing, it's a plus for you to have your way. It's part of the benefit being a member. Am I communicating?
Of course, yes.
The job is not all alone. It's also the job of every one of us, the lover of music as well. Wherever we are making mistake, you can call our attention to it. We accommodate, corrections. We accommodate information as well. In security issues these days, they say when you see things, you say
Yes.
things. Are you getting
Yes.
me?
Yes, sir.
Àwọn kankan lè máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àwọn ibì kan tẹ́ pé táà tí ò bá òfin ìjọ mímọ́ mu nípa entertainer àbí nípa entertainment, most especially in the church. Tó máa sọ fún wa, tó máa pè àkíyèsí wa, tó bá yẹ pé ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ni, ìjìyà tó tọ́ a máa fún, kó má ba orúkọ church yìí jẹ́. Ṣó ti yé nínú wa a ní choir masters oríjọ oríṣiríṣi, that they are musicians as well. They do music for a living, and yet they are still working in the vineyard. And people like that, possible pé tùǹgbà tó ń kọ́ ń ta àti repertoire tó ń kọ́ ní gbòòrò, ó lè wọ̀ wọ́n lára kọ́ńkọ́ nínú church, kọ́ńkọrin àjòjì nínú church. Táwọn èèyàn bá pàkíyèsí wa sí tàdé rórú ẹ̀ kó tó di pé a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní share our dirty name on social media, we'll check that person. Kò sẹ́ni tó kọjá ìbáwí nínú ẹgbẹ́ yẹn. So I'm just privileged to be the PRO. Mo fẹ́ lè rò pé mi ni mo kéré jù ní àárín CPAAN, or àánú ni mo rí gbà, because when the whole thing started, I picked interest in it, and I contributed my own quota based on my previous, contribution towards the Celestial conventions and stuff like that with my God-given talent. So they picked me with the little idea, little talent I have, that I'm going to fit for the job. It's not only me. I have my wonderful sister from Ibara, Auntie Titi Lokbe. Yes. She's my assistant PRO. We are doing the job together. If people can recall, we both anchored the 2021 convention together. It was awesome. That was the first time, Eddie will be, coordinating the program. And people were like, who is this person? And they didn't know. She's a renowned presenter, a very fantastic, presenter. If we do not allow such in the fold, nobody will know much about what a woman can do.
Yes.
So we are in for a lot of things. And when a colleague was saying, ṣé nǹkan tó máa gbà láyè ní Yankee ni, nǹkan ti gbà láyè already ni, because ìkọ̀kan náà jọ ni wá. Ó ti yé yín. Àfi tí a bá fẹ́ kí èmi ni Paul, ìwọ l'Apollo, tá bá fẹ́ kó kúrò ní church yìí, lèyàn kan máa sọ pé òun fẹ́ dá dúró, ìkọ̀kan náà ni wá. We are one in the Lord. We are here to make impact. Kí wọ́n lè sọ nípa títí wa wípé àwa gan ṣe ìwọ̀n tí a lè ṣe. And kò sí ẹni tí ó máa ṣàṣeyọrí nínú ìjọ mímọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí olórin àbí oníjó ni ẹ́ o àbí aláwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rí ni ẹ́ o, comedian or presenter ni ẹ́ o, tí o ní nílò àdúrà. We also allow, we organize, prayer meetings from state to state. Of such, we had a very fantastic prayer meeting at Oyo State, Ibadan, which we invited men of God to pray for Celestial artists. And it was a night that God even spoke to us that he loved this organization. Among Balayi. And, and it has been embedded into the governors as well. They organize, prayer meetings in their states. As an, as BOT, as national executive level to oversee things, we also have time to come together to pray, in order to be strong. Only Christian imashe wa isimi láàrin ọ̀tá ló wà, máa ṣọ́ra. Àwa gan nílò àdúrà. Ṣó ti yé, a máa ń ṣe àwọn ètò yìí tó dẹ̀ pé àwọn ìjì kan jà tí Ọlọ́run bá wa dínkù. I want to mention that we lost one of the very fantastic, and talented musician of recent, around February this year. He was one of the members that, started this CPAAN. He contributed immensely. He will be coming from Ibadan to Lagos in order to attend to this meeting. And these are one of the criteria that we saw before he was being picked as the governor. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
The person I'm talking, I don't want people to be too emotional, but if we do not, mention his job,
you have to recognize him.
In person of Evangelist Tunde Akpata, may his soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
He really, he put up a very fantastic, leadership effort to put artists in Oyo State together before his demise. And before I wrap it up, one of the things that CPAAN hold as a very high esteem is welfareism. Welfareism yẹn ló ń pa olórin ìjọ mímọ́. Welfareism yẹn òun ló ń pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ olórin ìjọ mímọ́ tó fi di pé ẹlòmíì máa ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá dé àkókò kó máa jẹṣẹ́ yẹn, àìsàn lè wọlé kó di wípé ó máa di ẹni tí wọ́n máa dáwó fún, tàbí kò sẹ́ni tó gbàdúrà fún ikú. But we are destined to die one day. Am I communicating?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Welfareism is one of the most important things that CPAAN has been looking into. Being a membership, we contribute money, our own personal money. In every meeting we contribute, no matter how small it is, from the state level to the BOT level. And at times, when things comes up, like the unexpected happening that occurred amidst us to one of us, both the CPAAN member in diaspora and both those in Nigeria, we contribute speedily. We contributed a quota. We come together so that we do not allow shame to, radiate. Am I communicating?
Yes.
So it is something we cannot achieve alone. By the time we are fully, spread across the state in Nigeria, we pray peace to reign in this country. We will have gotten a very fantastic record in the northern part, because Celestia is everywhere. Nowhere you go to in this country, you have Celestia being represented. So what we are playing, it takes a wide fair, So welfareism is something that we hold in a very high esteem. It is not easy. If not for the one voice and the cohabitation and the coordination of our leaders, we will not achieve, a befitting burial for one of us that, was late around February. And there are some issues among us. Some people will fall sick. Some people will have, a shelter issue. It is not everything that every individual can solve. If it comes to the notification of our coordinators, the BOT, the national, even the president, in person of Ambassador Shegun Nabi, is a very fantastic person. The spirit of leadership that God bestowed upon him, despite his busy schedule, he will still make himself available for God's assignment. We are working hand in hand. I want to give kudos to one of us in UK, my big boss, Alori. He responded to everything. He was present at the meeting that was held at Imeko, while the pastor, hosted the whole CPAAN members. If we continue with this spirit, I know Celestia will be greater than what we have today. I will just, because these are the little things, we have a lot of things that we have really done, in putting a good face, to God's work in Celestial Church of Christ. You can allow my secretary to come in, because he's a very fantastic person as well. Despite his busy, schedule, he promised he's going to be online, so he can invite anybody. And if there's any question, if it's within my, tutelage, I will answer. Thank you very much for hosting me.
Thank you so much, AbokiJesu. Yes, those content you have dished out are very much resourceful to us. And yes, we're going to take some few questions now. I'm going to start from the beginning. However, my own, just 2 questions before we move, so that you can just calm down a little, is that now, apart from the contributions that you do at meetings, what is the monthly deal? What is the cost? Because if someone wants to join, he or she should be aware of if it's 10,000, if it's 20,000, if it's 5,000 naira, is it affordable? Is it that it is based on cadre? Of course, I know maybe for the ESCOs it will be different, but can you explain how it is done so that people can know about it?
It's very, very affordable. In the first place, when we started, as an individual, I contributed 5,000 to get my form, and it comes with a lot of packages, your ID card, and certificate as well. I think your certificate of being a member is included, and lots more. So I don't know, maybe there's going to be increment from the state level, because we are having, people coming in, and it's not easy to be an oga. Part of this money is what we use to see things, to organize meetings and stuff like that. We don't own our personal secretariat. Kudos things we are still, praying our base, and everything will be running efficiently. I'm not the president, so the president is going to speak more about his plan, and but I know he is a man of vision. So at every meeting from different states, we contribute. At least it depends on how God helps you. We are not being too rigid, but the minimum as at then is 500 naira per cities. It's very, very affordable. Very, very affordable.
Apart from that, is there a monthly due? That 5,000 you pay was like for membership form and ID card. For what about monthly? You're talking about monthly due. Is that monthly due? That's someone has
Yes,
to be paying.
from different governors, they
Okay, they have the
run their
price.
monthly dues. Yes, that is very, very minute. So okay, so that they will have something to run the organization. It's not easy.
Okay. So there's no uniform amount from that you have for all states. So each governor can say, okay, let's just do it. So maybe 2,000 naira every month, or okay, that's how
Yeah.
it works. Okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay, good. Then, who composed your anthem? Was it composed by a group or just one person? Group, I mean, from two to,
Okay.
if it's one person, or from two to.
The heads of professionals that we have amongst us, the likes of the first person I want to appreciate is the president, in person of Ambassador Shegun Nabi.
Okay.
The secretary, we have the hands of Evangelist Temitope Olushesi. I don't want to wrong. They did a very wonderful job.
Did it together.
So kudos to them. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I wanted to be sure. Okay, right. Good. Let's take this question one by one. So while soon I will call the secretary. Let me take it from here. Okay. Now, from Asiko Media, he said, are your rules only synonymous to your members, or it governs all members of CCC?
Okay.
Are your rules only synonymous to your members, or it governs all members of CCC? What it means, I guess what it means there is that apart from the fact that there's some people that are juju guys, they have their bands and they are not your members. You understand? He's saying that your rules that you feel that those should govern them. Is it only these members that are under you cannot, or it is for everybody that you feel that if you are singing juju and you are not even a member, the discipline must be general, even on you. That's what the person is asking. If I'm wrong, as a comedian, you can add to that question, throw more light. Okay, you can answer that.
Oh, okay. One Latin if you want to correct the multitude, you must be corrected as well. As a member, we are doing this among ourselves. As time goes on, when we have a large, populace, if there is anybody that is not a member of CPAAN but a Celestial, the way CPAAN is going, there is going to be that power that can curb any individual by the grace of God.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Somebody is saying we need zone in Ekpe. Since we are still battling with the national zone headquarters. I mean, what is it called? Zonal headquarters. Zonal chairmans and stuff like. We are working on that so that it will cut across. It will cut across because coming, from different states is not an easy task, especially when we started. It was a big sacrifice for leaders like Evangelist Tope Fokoko coming from Akure or Shogbo, Baba Alayo from Ondo, Evangelist Alayo, and Evangelist Alayo Akinola from Ogun State, and person of Oluwanifi Shonwara, Arole Babara as well. A lot of people have made a lot of sacrifices that people do not even know before we arrive here. and we pray
Okay.
to God for people that have worked so that they can reap the grace from God, not from any individual.
Okay, there's another question here from Maria Voice. I would like her to reframe that question, rephrase it to be more to be clearer. Now, is CPAAN all about performing artists in Celestial Church? Does it mean that anyone can join? This includes secular artists. I want her to come. She should just rephrase it. She should tell us what she means by that. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay,
So far,
from Dreamer
can
Piano.
be acceptable to God. Any Elomi or what? We have hip hop artists in our church. I will mention categorically we have evangelist Engo that uses biblical words to rap. Is welcomed. So far, you are not against thing that can propagate the name of the God in the church. Tó bá ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan tí ò nítumọ̀ ló wá ṣe tó yẹ pé n tó gbógo Ọlọ́run ga ni, you are welcome as a performer.
Okay, good. From Dreamer Piano. Are you representing Celestial as a whole or just the individuals who want to join?
We are representing Celestial as a whole. We are representing Celestial as a whole. That's why we have Celestial Performing Artists Association of Nigeria, registered under the CSE.
All right.
Endorsed by the pastor, Reverend EMF Oshupa.
Okay. Next question from Official Onitayo. You know that these questions are like I know that they are going to ask more questions under these questions, you understand? But let's just take this one. So then from Official Onitayo, it says performing arts covers a lot of aspects. What is CPAAN doing to encourage other acts that are not musicians fall under the umbrella of performing arts? Of course, I know you have said something about it, but he wants more clarity about that. What is CPAAN doing to encourage other acts that are not musicians fall under the umbrella of performing arts? That's, for example, pure poetry or drama.
Yes, that person wasn't with us when I was, explaining all those areas. I mentioned dancer. You know why I was able to do justice to that, because I'm a creative artist. I studied cultural and creative arts beginning, and I'm a majored. I'm majored in painting. I'm an art educator. So if that person want me to break everything about performing art, I will do that. It's my field. It covers poetry, even the presenters. They are performers as well, because they are under liberal arts. Whatever you do that involves writing as well, we welcome them. You know, some like I mentioned, my assistant PRO happens to be a presenter in a renowned radio station, and she also have the grace to be an anchor. You know, when you are very vast in what's it called, mass communication, you can be diversified. You can dangles into many things. Such person has a way. They are in the ends of affairs as well. We do a lot of things that they will come. They put their brain together to introduce a lot of programs for us. So we accommodate dancers as well. There was a convention that was held at Imeko, which involves the Celestial Steppers. It was awesome. People loved them. And if any comment comes up, from any artist that misbehave or out of overzealousness, think what it's supposed not to say. Sometimes ago, one person mistakenly dropped a hit track that was worldly, and people reacted to it, and we checked that person. nobody is above, mistake. Yes, but we are in for correction. We check on to you know. So
Awesome.
gradually we are going to get to the top.
Okay. Yes, well, I want to especially welcome Adedeji, brother Adedeji from Greece. Yeah, he was one of our guests some few weeks ago. God bless you, sir. Thank you for joining Adedeji. And other people too, you are all welcome. Yes, yes, we need more questions. All right.
One person is saying not performer but ministers. Where?
Yes, I'm coming.
We came together because that's what we do for a living in the church, and we are still ministering as well. We are propagating, we are doing the gospel work. So either you call it performer or minister, so be it.
Okay, I think there's one clarity that needs to be clear here. I'm coming. Okay, I guess you have answered this question. Are you midday as CPAAN member of a group of gospel artists, or you can be circle artist and join a group? Now, I wanted to ask a question too. I think it's not clear, and people need to be clear about this. Is it? I know that performing artist means that everybody in arts, but from what people are perceiving is like it is only people that do the circular stuff that are in CPAAN. So like now, gospel artists themselves, is it, maybe there's a plan, or maybe it is in there right now. You need to really let people understand. Now, does it consist of gospel artists too can join, or it is only secular artists that have bands, because that's what you have said, they have bands. Are we talking of gospel artists too? Are they part of CPAAN? Should they be part of CPAAN based on your membership scope?
As a gospel artist, when you come on stage, what do? You perform to your people. Okay. And I think that's where people are getting it wrong. Anybody that is displaying, that is making use of space on the stage to do one or two things, you are performing. So either they are taking that word performer wrong. I think that is the area where we first and foremost comes together. Maybe as time goes on, we can now change it to celestial ministers as time goes on. Because I noticed that particular performer is making people go crazy.
That's yes. People need clarity on this. Yes.
There are a lot of gospel, ministers among us, and those are secular music. Whenever they come to church, they sing praise song, So, and as we are in for many things, we are here for corrections and to accommodate, anybody that we know can represent the church, that will not tarnish the name of the church. Okay. Am I communicating?
Okay, all right. So now for Ayomide_Fair, he has answered the question, and that's why I treat to him. So he's saying that gospel artists too, they are still under CPAAN. They feel that everyone that is singing and performing, that has a band and has a vision in music, yes. Maybe gospel or non-gospel, you are allowed, you are welcome to CPAAN.
In poetry, now, if you have your poetry, that you can use to teach the people in the God's to minister, you are welcome. If you beat your drum to to minister to God, you are welcome. That's why we use that word performer. Am I communicating? If you are a guitarist, like we have a distinguished guitarist online, I can see my boss, Oga Egwetu Chidi. Whenever you see him minister with his guitar and with his band, what is he doing? He's performing. So people like that, they have been doing the job even before we come together to form the. So if it comes to register as a member, that he owns his own band, you are welcome. But we don't want to we accommodate people that will represent Sele. Tí ò ní gbé ó ti yé yín, tí ò ní gbé ba orúkọ ìjọ ìjẹ́. Orúkọ yẹn ó tóbi gan. Ọ̀nà wa la máa wá ayé mọ́. Ṣebí through our music we are doing that. But we want to curb the abnormalities as well. If you go to many, I'm an entertainer, I'm a secular comedian as well. But when I come to church, mo máa gbé gbogbo títà yẹn, mo máa gbé sílẹ̀. I do, people, if they are online, if they monitor me very well in my anchoring in the church, I always do my thing. I draw ni mo máa ń ṣe jù. Whenever before I even start anchoring anything, so I don't see reason if you are a secular outside doing music for a living and you come to church, your mental, this thing cannot tell you that Ogbeni Oti wonu church we're so carried away to the extent that what they do outside, outside the church, whenever they go for their business, they will still come and repeat the same thing in the name of, charging the audience, or let me say the congregation up. I think we're 100% perfect. So that's why I said we welcome correction.
Good. Now from Dreamer Piano, I guess you have spoken into this now, and you have corrected that. I said, well, if you are representing Celestial as a whole, I believe your group name has secluded the choir members then. I believe that as a choir, we are not performers, we are ministers. I think you said something like, maybe later in future, maybe you might change it to Celestial Ministers Association. However, what me I have there is that if you say Celestial Ministers Association, it means that you are not allowed to sing. It will not now allow a juju musician or Fuji musician that is secular to join. If you change to ministers, do you understand? That's what I'm looking at. That, yes, you should consider that anyway. Maybe somewhere, somehow, or maybe your group, I'm not recommending, would have something for gospel artists too, or maybe gospel artists will now have their own stuff. But I think we should not be so divided. Maybe you should just think about that and be fast about it, so that your name, can share, really be.
To share more light, you can all those juju, akpala, gospel, R&B, they are just a style of music. You can be a minister with your style. I have someone online. If he start with akpala, gospel, you see people as if they are not themselves. They will dance.
No, I'm not even talking about style of music.
So far, you are ministry.
I'm not talking about style of music. I'm talking of. Okay, I'm talking of the. Okay, I'm still talking of style, but I'm not talking of the genre of music. No, not that.
Okay.
I'm not talking. A jazzist can play secular jazz. You understand? Can start playing blues. You understand? And a jazzist can still play gospel. Can play jazz. You understand? Jazz is a genre of music. I'm not talking about genre now. I'm talking about that a gospel artist himself that sings only Jesu ti ko, Jesu ti yo, AbokiJesu, something like that, or messages that cut across, cannot be, would be, let me say, can be only categorized as minister. But someone that plays jazz or sings in a club and sings maybe those sex and odd songs, you understand, in club, that one cannot be a minister. He or she can be a performing person, you understand? They are all performing. So you understand? So that minister, we have to really know what to do about that word. Celestial ministers. So when we say minister, we let us do something that the whole world, we know that yes, when they say celestial ministers, when they go into it, it's not that they will see someone that is playing secular message, and they are saying they are ministers. I'm just bringing that as an idea. Yes, I once again welcome brother Bodizanu. Thanks for joining last week. God bless you, sir. You're so much welcome. Yes, from Orita again. He's saying, Alagbabuki, I did with you, and I
That's
just
my
simply
small daddy.
asked
I
the
greet
question.
you, sir.
You understand? So I think let me go back to Orita's question. I guess we have not answered this question. He said, what are we doing to encourage them? He understands that you're talking of people that even poetry, they are performing, but now you say, what are you people doing to encourage other arts? Okay, now you don't want to encourage only juju come and calling the company sing. Draw for the next 2 years, come and draw. Draw. When you say, okay, then for the next 1 year, comedy la fẹ́ kọ́ máa ṣe. Kí ló dé ẹ má kọrin jù, orin ti pọ̀ jù. Tó bá wo bí orin, okay, a fẹ́ ṣe ń sìn tomorrow. We don't want singers to do. We want to encourage another part of art. So that's what he's saying. That what are you doing in that aspect?
That person did not join us early. I've mentioned that we organize seminars. You know,
Okay.
we will have done a very big program this year, but a lot of things came up, which I want to say it is not in Nigeria alone. It's across the globe. Well, basically in Nigeria, the security situation has really limited a lot of our activities this year. But thank God, in the state level, they are still doing their little, effort. Like in what was it called? Ondo, their own concert is coming up. Yes, if people are very conversant, they will see the flyers everywhere. Also in Kwara, their own program is also coming up. We give room for every state to develop, to operate, and to accommodate these performers as well. You are asking, what do we do to encourage? In every of our programs, we always accommodate with whatever you do, to minister or to entertain people in the church. That's why I mentioned the dramatist, the comedian. Me, I always have my way, during our convention and stuff like that. And the little time I have the opportunity to make people laugh, they always welcome me. We cannot achieve everything at once, but gradually there is room for everything. And someone is saying, how do we encourage them? We always, welcome all of them. We cannot encourage you when you are outside. You don't join us. It is when you join us, you know what is going on in the organization. Ọmọ tó bá ṣípá onímọ̀ sí ẹ̀ máa gbé tó ṣe bí òwe.
Okay, sir. Aboki, yeah, thank you so much for your responses. Yes, let's, brother, you're welcome, sir. I can't hear you.
Sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes, welcome, sir. Yes, before we take you, let me just take some few more comments before you ask the question. So now, just as I said, people are still saying this that okay, performance are different from ministers though. Okay, from Dimapiano. Sorry, just let's take it one more time. Okay, sorry. There are lots of. Let's take this comment before we. Okay, now. Okay, let's take this. Okay, now we have lots of. And these comments are very, very important, and we need to take them. Okay. Okay. Someone said the question is: CCC is a church, so members of CPAAN should be gospel artists. That's our view. I'm going to talk about that. Yeah, and it sounds like this is a group from Oluwatosin. She said it sounds like this is a group for popular known ministers. Okay, we're going to fuse them together. Then with time we talk about that, we'll ask some questions. So now, as a comedian, what are the perks, value of becoming a member of your group? Of course, he has said that he has spoken about that, and he has spoken about that. Welfare, discipline, another training, education, impartation. He has said about this. Okay, from Rashidi, 90% of secular musicians are in CPAAN. Okay. You know
We
all
have
this
ministers.
membership.
We have a lot of ministers. Someone has even, reminded
Okay.
me of Nazareth. And Fumi Bakare.
Okay.
And
Okay. But can we be hot and cold at the same time? We cannot be hot and cold at the same time. No, you are going to fuse these things. They're still talking about membership. That's why I want to mention. I want to read them out. You understand? So everyone in CPAAN should be a gospel artist. That's from someone else. Okay. Okay. Then Oritayo is saying that his own view. A performer can be either an entertainer or a minister. Let's take note. Okay. Let's go on. Okay. Okay. From Ayomide again. Reason why we have 90% of these guys do self-praise singing in the church and they spray them money, sir. Okay, I think we're still going to talk about this money spraying very soon. You understand? We're going to talk about that. That's like, we treated that last week with brother Bodizan.
we
We're going to talk about. I'm going to
that
invite your secretary also to. Yes. No. People used to ask. So from CPAAN itself, your own view about it and what you want to do to curtail it. You understand? Because you are the people that have most of the juju people with you. So I feel that you have the power, over that more than every other person that is just speaking English up and down. So that's what we're going to go back to that. Yes. Okay. CPAAN is not a group of gospel artists. Let's not confuse ourselves. Okay. Let me bond that one. Okay, we are all is okay. It's being it's joking anyway. It's joking. Okay. Oh yes, it's joking. We are all gospel. We are all gospel artists. We are all Christians. Okay, gospel versus secular music dilemma in CCC. No, that's another question for another time. Okay.
Maybe we
Let
should
me
just
just
stick
take four more comments and we take.
Can we work on that? Maybe we all should just stick to our hymns. Whenever because even the hymns alone is enough for us, Abby. We are going to cook them our hymns to Anikom.
All right, just hold on. I want to take a response from Brother Deji, then we move from there. Okay, yes. From Adedeji said, CPAAN has an idea is great. However, you need to clarify what its purpose, what people stand to benefit and all. The way the Celestial Church is structured, there's no way you won't. Yes, you need to clarify. And that is what you have been doing. And people still need more content to clarify CPAAN. Understand? Okay, yes. Before we move, another one comes from where it is just a continuation. To survive as an artist in Celestial Church, you need Olola Mubare, unfortunately. Anyway, that's by the way. That's the truth anyway. And that is why people are doing the Juju and Tunga very side. Okay, AbokiJesu, just
please
2 minutes, talk
my
about that. Then we are going to go back to them, but after you talk.
Please invite
So about the
my
membership, this question. Okay, Brother, I think you should add your question. Then it takes everything together.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah,
Sir.
Hallelujah.
Good to have you. I've been longing to see CPAAN face to face. My name is Taiwo Gwande. And I follow this program religiously. And let me first and foremost say this, that I'm a huge critic of CPAAN.
All right.
I made no mistake of saying this. I'm a big critic of CPAAN. But I haven't listened to you tonight, right? I haven't listened to you tonight. I think it's gonna be a soft landing. I haven't listened to you tonight. It's gonna be a soft landing.
Thank you very much,
Now,
sir.
the first question I will ask you, which I think my brother just reiterate from what he said, Brother Digi said in his question is, when you highlight the criteria of your membership, to me, sir, it seems you have eluded Celestial Choir being your member. Correct me if I'm wrong, because if I should get you right from what you said, for somebody to be a member of CPAAN, they must have proven themselves to be
worthy.
Listen, they must have proven themselves to be performing art. They must have an album. They must own a band.
Yes.
You understand? Because I started listening to everything. When you said that, to be a member, you see, I think if I follow what you said, right, to be a member of CPAAN, and if CPAAN stands for all Celestial chorister, I don't think that prerequisite of being a member of CPAAN will fit into being a Celestial chorister. So there's a dichotomy in between that. So I would like you to really explain to us how, if CPAAN encompasses all Celestial Choir, how will you be able to carry an ordinary person like us now? I don't hold a band, I don't do a CD, but I'm a Celestial Choir, and I want to be saying that there's a body that is out there to, like your word you keep repeatedly saying, you want to cleanse the musical aspect, the performing art aspect of Celestia. So how will I be able to reckon with you when your status quo is greater than what I can attain? I hope I don't know, maybe you understand me, sir. Then let me just bring everything up for you, because I was writing when you were saying. Now, when you talk about discipline, hallelujah, sir.
Okay, you like to answer that question, sir? Aboki?
Hallelujah, sir.
All right, okay.
Okay. Sir. Okay, now you talk about discipline in the fold. Sir,
Yes, sir.
You see, I know a lot of the guys you are saying in your CPAAN. You understand? And I've had private conversation with almost all the people you are talking about. But you know what my worry is? I have my big brother here last week. We have Brother Zanu here.
Yeah.
You see, this is somebody I know very well. You understand? And I have seen minister a lot of places. But you see, if you see Brother Zanu singing outside, Brother Zanu can perform. If you ask Brother Zanu to come and sing in your party, he will sing Obey like Ebenezer Obey for you. He will sing Sonny like Sonny Ade for you. But if Brother Zanu is in the church, I'm only making reference to him. I know there are a lot of people that does that. If Brother Zanu come into your church and is singing, you will not hear Brother Zanu sing Sonny Ade, and you will not hear Brother Zanu sing. You understand? It will glorify God. You understand? But I need you to correct me. Most of this your CPAAN, you see, that's why I said it's going to be a soft landing. I normally use this word to people. I say, so this so-called CPAAN, but I don't want to use that word today. You understand? Now, most of these people who are the head of CPAAN go to where they sing in this church. You know what I'm saying? They really still have not been able to bring a divide between when they are outside doing their thing. That's their business. You understand? and when they are in the church. They still bring the secularity of what they do outside into the church. So if you are talking about discipline, and those are the air that we are supposed to be looking upon, are still not as such discipline, then we still have a long way to go. CPAAN itself needs to preach, need to do what they preach. You understand?
You are right, sir.
I expect a member of CPAAN, as we have rightly said, you understand? If I am, let me name, like I said, most of these people you are talking about, they are my contemporaries. I know every one of them. You understand? If Shegunabi comes into my church today, you understand? I expect Shegunabi to sing in the church as if we are in the church, not sing as if when he's on the stage outside. You understand? The same thing goes to every one of them. At least I follow almost every one of them. I listen to what every one of them does when they are in the church. I don't have any business. I don't have any problem with what they do outside, because this is their business. This is their livelihood. You understand? But when they are in the church, there must be a difference, which I think we have not been able to achieve. You understand? We have not been able to achieve. You talk about welfareism. I'm so glad when you discuss about this issue of welfareism. And I have to tell you, from what I heard, from what you've said, you guys are doing good. But
thank you very much, sir.
But see, you see, because you have limited the scope, let me put it this way, because you have limited the scope of people who can be your members. You understand? That's why I asked the first layer. You see, from looking at the scope or your criteria of being a member, you have really taken off chunk of, let me tell you, you have taken off almost 90% of Celestial Choir, because the people that can be qualified for your criteria, you'll be looking at 10%. You understand? You'll be looking at 10%. So how can we bring more into the fold so that you'll be able to represent Celeste? Because for me, up to tonight, I don't see CPAAN representing Celestia. Let me be honest with you. I don't see CPAAN representing Celestia. I'm a born Celestian, and I know what I'm saying. You understand? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see CPAAN representing Celestia. And that is why, you see, this, don't let us talk today about this issue of Omolola, they are spraying money. Like I said, I have had private conversation with most of the BTO or BOT or whatever you call them. You understand? That, please, when are we going to stop this Omolola spraying money in the church? If it has to stop, CPAAN has to start it. I put it to CPAAN tonight. If spraying of money has to stop in the Celestial food, it has to come from CPAAN.
Hallelujah,
and
sir.
Hallelujah, sir.
Can I come in?
Yes, sir. Please do.
First and foremost, on the criteria, we are not really rigid about, the scope. We only, the body that started it, majorly they constituted of all the registered, the big names that you have mentioned, some of them. They constituted it, and as time goes on, we think they cannot do it all alone. That's why we now have that name, performing artist. Okay, the criteria that we started with for the musician is you must have your album to show that, okay, you are up to the task. Some people can be singing in the choir that you just give them a platform and they'll mess up. They cannot withstand, holding the crowd or ministering for 5 minutes. What we are talking about, I want to do it. If you are a comedian, you can come with your recordings. just to show what you do. We watch it. We are convinced that okay, this person, has a stuff that even can propagate the name of God in the church. As a poetry, you can do your recordings. As a dramatic picture. Then the issue of if you have been following CPAAN, most especially at our convention, we all agree that the issue of spraying money should be avoided. And we have, done about 3 concerts. We have organized 1 stage, 1 mic, to the extent that some of our fans that so much keen about some of these artists came on board to spray money, which even me fought dirty with such people. And the concert, people they don't believe celestial artists or performers or ministers can hold a concert without spraying money. Ko easy, oh. Daddy, ko easy, sir. Ade tin ṣe, but àwọn ìjọ sórí ìjọ wọ́n pè wọ́n ẹ mọ̀ pé bí iná ti ń jẹun nǹkan fi ń jẹun nìyẹn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní owó náà ló máa wẹ ẹni kẹ̀kẹ́ ìyìn rere. That's why it's still difficult for many of us to cross that hurdle of not spending money. Talk about spend money, church you need lówó kójọ fún kíní o. We are not Pentecostals. Even the entire members, they have not cultured to that level that they will put 20,000 inside the
They have a network issue.
Yeah, network issue. It was really bad.
In the basin.
Network is bad.
Like they do in Anglicans and some few. Spraying is our culture in Europe. For me, come on, no owó sórí. Ipe inú abọ́ nìkan náà sí. Torí owó yẹn náà máa fi tún ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ṣe. I mean, when I went to the gallery, it was spraying money like this. Personally, I want that person. That it is not our culture. Stop it. The guy refused. Until I caught the attention, the shepherd himself seized all the money from him. Ode ko sunu basia torí ẹ bá ń bí gàrí fọ dáwó yẹn sunu basia lọ jókòó kó máa jíjó ẹ. Taba ní ká wò kò easy sa o fún àwọn olùṣọ́ àgùntàn yẹn náà owó náà fi ń organize ìkórè o. Téèyàn máa ná 2 million 3 million láti fi lóòótọ́ a máa débẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run a máa débẹ̀. But if the church start the habit of paying any of their artists the amount they give to the Pentecostals outside, I say, I'm over la mobile deal.
Let me,
comedian. As a comedian, because I valued what I do, I carve an inch for myself. You cannot just come into your harvest to come and anchor. And if people are so, following me, I'm not a comedian that always run after money in the church. If I've been paid to do my job, I will strictly anchor the event. If you give me money, I go collect. I have children. I have other things I invest money on. But I don't do it because many people are looking at me on woman. But I won't learn. And many churches they have started the habit. Some shepherds are contributing as well to curb it.
That's
a
true.
ti ń gbìyànjú òun mo ṣe sọ wípé tẹ́ bá wà pẹ̀lú mi níbẹ̀rẹ̀ program yìí pé Rome wasn't built in a day. We are getting there. If you tell, but Uncle Bode is my small struggling as he is. When I have money from them, they will do it. But as time goes on, I pray God of Celestia will minister to our people as well to start encouraging our own artists with good money, so that either they make money at their events or concert or anything, either they don't make money, they are already, gain a lot of proceeds. So ní di pé wọ́n parí ìkórè, àwọn báńdì wọ́n fẹ́ ya chairman láṣọ. Etiquette got him on sonsi. Now wọ́n fún yín lówó lẹ wá fi wá ṣe promo bíbá. That particular time we will get there.
There's a scenario I want to build. I want to say tonight with you. You see, yes, I take everything you have said on board, yes, but I beg to differ from what you have just said, and I'll tell you the reason why. Okay. Now, let's put it this way: most of our leaders in CPAAN, you can see the word I'm using. I'm not saying I'm using, yes, most of our leader in CPAAN. Yeah. Now, I want to believe, let me put it this way, I want to believe that there's no way a church is going to call anybody. If they call Femi Opalemo today now that Abra Femi, Emawasi Kodema minister, Femi Opalemo will have a charge he will give to them. If they call Mega today, yes, Abel Dosumu, you are coming to our church to come and perform, he will always have charges he will give to them. I am 100% sure about that. Now, you as an MC, a comedian, or whatever, if anybody call you and say, okay, AbokiJesu, anchor program, I believe there's a certain amount. You say, okay, for your showing of your appearance fee, there's a certain amount allocated to that. Now, yes, this is my own take. That's why I said I beg to differ. You see, the gospel churches, the Pentecostal you refer to, they also follow that trend. You understand? If they call you in a gospel church now, maybe a Pentecostal church, we need you to come and anchor a program. You tell them, okay, talk to my PA, because everybody has a PA in Nigeria. Talk to my PA. He will sort it out. And the PA will sort it out. Okay, blah, 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 blah. And say, Oga, they are giving us 2 million or they're giving us 100 naira. You understand? Yes, so, you know what you would take. Now, if I know that, there's no need for me now coming into a program and be expectant that you see, that is where we are getting it wrong. This is what I have seen. When you call, because you see, don't let us, I understand shepherds are this, shepherds are that, the church is this, the church is that. But you see, let me tell you one thing. The church itself, we know there's a problem. You understand? But if we want to really cleanse this trouble, you understand? Because let me tell you, most of all these Pentecostal church, they look at us. You see, when you go on the social media and you see there's a harvest going on, or there's something going on, you understand? And you see all this spraying money. Other denomination just look at us as a joke. You understand? That's where they look at us. Yeah. And when we go on by this narrative of am I jail, am I shigba? No, it shouldn't be. Talk back with me. You understand? As I am, the church go back with me biti mo wa yi. Tó bá ní Táíwò, wá play fún wa, àbí Táíwò, wá ṣe sound fún wa. Brother mi, wọ́n sanwó mi kí n tó débẹ̀ ni. You understand? wọ́n sanwó mi kí n tó débẹ̀ ni. O lè mi tí bá kúrò nílé mi tí bá wá sí Korea tẹ́ ẹ pè mí. I don't expect you to give me anything. Mo wá sí Ọlọ́run. I could be there kí n sọ pé where the little talent mo ní o, I want to use it. I don't expect anything. But if you call me and say wá sí Korea mi, alàgbà a fẹ́ ṣe Korea báyìí máa sọ fún yín ni oye báyìí mo ń gbà sá tó bá account bá ti dún you will see me account ò bá dún, that's the end. So I am not expectant pé kó fún mi anything. The same thing goes tabati ní because most gbogbo àwọn tá à ń sọ yìí sí, these are established musicians, these are established performers tó yẹ pé they know how they run their private business. So if anybody call whoever they call tó yẹ pé tó bá wá sínú Korea sìn tó wá pé Korea sìn they are expectant pé Korea tí mo lọ yìí oye báyìí ni màá pàbí kọkọ báyìí. Look, it is not gonna work. Lè stop Ọmọlọ́lá. So tí olùṣọ́ bá san 20 million àbí tó bá san 10 million fún Mega láti wá kọrin, olùṣọ́ yẹn pa 10 million ní Korea yẹn. Ó ní ní ẹ̀mẹ́ kó tó pe Mega. You understand? Ó ti ní kó tó pe. So there's no need pé àwọn sọ pé tó o bá kọrin dáadáa because lo and below this same àwọn àgbàlagbà tá à ń rí fún àṣìyìnsìn they can afford láti san million fún Ayéfẹ́lẹ́ láti wá kọrin ní church wọn. Do you understand? Wọ́n lè afford láti san million fún Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí láti wá kọrin ní church wọn. Do you think Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí is coming láti wá bá wọn pawó wọn láti wá bá wọn pawó padà? No. Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí will be there. Have you ever seen Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí tó bá wá sí ìlú bẹ̀yẹn kó máa torí eku porí ẹyẹ? She will not. Ó máa kọrin ẹ̀. Ó ti gba owó. Ó máa kọrin ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ó máa minister bó ṣe fẹ́ lè minister. Ó ń bá tiẹ̀ lọ ni. Bá máa pa ìdáhìn. That's not our problem. Because she believe that ẹ pé kó wá glorify Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ mọ rírì Ọlọ́run láyé ẹ̀ lẹ ṣe bless ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìtẹ́ fún yẹn. So the same thing should go with àwọn tiwa náà. They should not come to a gathering. They do not come particularly to Ìkórè. Having it at the back of the line pé mò ń lọ sí Ìkórè yẹn mo fẹ́ lọ gba change. You understand? Right. So if we cancel that, you understand, sir? If we cancel that, then we will be able to, you as CPAAN, let's put it that way, you as CPAAN will be able to talk to the authority that, look, this has to stop. This is not celestial. This, look, enjoy, really enjoy. And most of the time, you see all these things, don't let me know. Let's be honest with ourselves. But we already talk into this for a long time last week. Yeah. You understand? This thing, I'm not exonerating myself or my brother. Don't make that mistake. I am not. I am also guilty of what I'm saying right now. You understand? But you see, it's a pain that we have to look at. When will this thing stop? Because I was saying, àwọn olùṣọ́ yẹn wọ́n náwó, àwọn olùṣọ́ wa, bàbá mi, bí Ọ̀ṣọ́fà ṣe fi ìjọ mímọ́ sílẹ̀, olùṣọ́ Celestia kò yẹ kí ebi pa. It's just because gbogbo àwọn tá à ń rí yìí, you understand? Elébi ló pọ̀ jù ní wọn. They are not doing it according to the way they have been given. And that's why they are suffering. They are not supposed to suffer. Wọ́n ti ẹ̀ ní láti wojú ọmọ ọjọ́ láti wá sọ pé kí ni tólùṣọ́ bá gbàdúrà fún mi, tọ́lọ̀ bless me, tó yẹ o gba contract tó ṣe bá kọ, ìwọ náà ṣètò ẹ̀ náà. You understand? Yeah. But you see, let's leave the shepherd out of it because àwọn yẹn problem ti wọn yẹn mi ò ṣe shepherd. I'm not in their ministry. You understand? But this ministry of music, which I am in, is this celestial. You understand? If we really want to make amends or we really want to make a change, let's sit down. You understand? Sit down and begin to talk to authority. That going forward, you understand? Going forward, when we have any of this about Kore or whatever, you understand? This spring has to stop. Taba first spray, taba pari Kore, eja se concert ta kakuri eku kakuri eye.
Hallelujah.
You're welcome, Brother Shegun. God bless you, sir. Secretary of CPAAN.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
You're welcome.
Good evening, my brother, the uncle.
Yes,
good evening, bros. Let's see. That's my big bros there.
All right.
We want to bless the name of the Lord. I'm so sorry. My phone actually went off, and I couldn't. Then I was waiting for your request to join the meeting. So immediately I charged up, so I was able to send another request to you.
Right.
And it's a good one. It's a good one. I pray that the Lord will continue to strengthen you, and the Lord will continue to strengthen this platform, because it is a very, very good platform. It is a very, very good platform. I believe if we have had things like this in the past, you know, our church wouldn't be this way. Fine, we're moving forward little by little, but you know, it would have been more swift than this. I don't know if I can just say one or two things to the
Of course.
topic, the one I had you discussing.
All right.
I have few things to say, and I want to believe the national PRO of CPAAN would have said one or two things about CPAAN, so I don't need to go back there. So let me just continue from where I met you guys. The first thing I will speak about is this negotiating power for CPAAN members. Ability to negotiate, and ability to refuse doing what is not right. You know, at times the power of money. And this is our church. We know what happens in this church. Let me tell you something. Do you know most of these things comes from within the church, especially from the shepherd? One thing is that we cannot leave the shepherds out of this. And thank God CPAAN is, you know, we are taking some bold steps in looking for a way to eradicate this. Rome is not built. Rome wasn't built in a day. We are getting there gradually. Sometimes earlier this year, February to be precise, we had a meeting with Pastor EMF of Shofa and some representative of the board of trustee of the church. And part of what we discussed, part of our discussion, was we paid our pastor, you know, a courtesy visit, and at the same time we made him to understand why we need to do one or two things. And this issue that we are discussing tonight is one of the things we discussed. Do you know some shepherd will tell you, okay, we are giving you 100,000 to come and play or minister in our harvest, and whatever you make will be splitted into two in so percentage, and that will be your own share.
Additional.
I'm talking, it's so rampant, you know, it is common among the musicians, because we have so many components in CPAAN. CPAAN is not about music alone. Anything that has to do with performing arts. We have comedians, we have dancers, we have actors, actresses amidst us. And all these wings, is just that the one that has the largest population are the musicians. We have people that coordinate. We have an arm that coordinates the comedians, which our PRO belongs. That's the family our PRO belongs to. We have an arm that, you know, deals with the dancers. We have so many steppers. These steppers that are springing up, most of them are youth. But this idea of spraying money only occurs amidst the musicians. Imagine a shepherd that can pay IFL 3, 4, 5 million to come and minister for 1 hour, and cannot give a celestial musician 50,000 naira to come and minister. Those are part of it. If you look at the richest gospel musicians in this country, Nigeria now, I can tell you from 1st to 10, 5 of 1st to 10 comes from a particular denomination. One denomination. 5 people out of 10 people comes from a single denomination. Now, we tried to do some research about the way they go about it. And I don't need to beat around the bush here. Check out the musicians that comes from Christ Embassy. Sinach, Frank Edward, Eben, and so on and so on. These guys makes up the first 10. You pick 5 of them that makes the 10 gospel musicians. Forget about the one that has name that you are hearing their names up and down. And this is what the church does. The church will not have at least to the glory of God, there was a time they were doing more than music. And I was part of the mixing engineers. And I discovered that these guys, this particular church, won't have a program that has to do with the general congregation or the general church and call a gospel musician from outside the church. They will call from within and they will pay accordingly. Imagine they will even pay them in dollars. I could remember when they took Sinach, and because I have guys that plays for this guy, for these people, they took Sinach and I think Frank Edward and Ibe for a crusade in South Africa. They actually paid these guys in dollars. Fine, Niyi Jowa, not many people understand the power of giving. What it means to give, we don't really understand it. And that is why we are here. We are where we are today. How many churches, how many of our parishes, the shepherds will preach and make, not just preaching, relate with people and teach. Preaching is different from you teaching. And teach them to understand what it means to give. The same thing applies to most of these musicians. When you call me to come and minister, some will not even tell you to come and minister. It's different when you come to minister and when you come to perform, or when you come to play. So whichever way we put it, when they call any one of them to come and minister, they come, Ishe Oluwa ni Baba Masagbara Dotun, àwọn èèyàn ń bọ̀, wàá pawó, wàá bá wa kí àwọn èèyàn. Because the church itself, that particular shepherd himself, is expecting to generate something out of your own sweat, out of your own performance of ministration. Just little of them, very, very few, Lemari, that will say, you don't spray. Fine, it's not a bad thing to appreciate people that are ministering. Even in some Pentecostal churches or some other denominations, they do it. You see a minister ministering the word of God, a preacher teaching on the pulpit. You see them spraying money at, or putting money at his feet, or on the altar, putting money. They are trying to connect into that realm. Some people are trying to seal it. Maybe there is a prayer minister ministering. Some people can actually put money on the altar, not spraying it. That is the difference. They can actually do it to connect. Only if you could there, but no. But that is not what we do. We understand. But the truth is, Rome wasn't built in a day, and we are working tirelessly on this. Just a few weeks ago, about 3 months ago, CPAAN constituted the task force, but we have not really enacted it because we need the approval of people at the top to do this. If not, this last weekend, someone gave me a call and said, Shegun, go and check social news on Facebook. I got there, I saw a shepherd that brought portable to the concert. I don't know how true is it, but I saw the post, I saw everything. He brought portable to the Harvest concert, and some people were so many comments. And come to think of it, when some people put a call through to the shepherd, the guy was saying he's a very, very young shepherd. It went viral. The guy was saying, church me, anybody will buy me so paper run and call me. And it's about bid that come about. You know, things like that. Now, if we eventually have a task force that is working without the approval of the pastor, these are part of what we discussed with pastor. You will just go to a particular church, láti lọ correct àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣe. 2019, láti concert kan, lèèyàn kan ti ṣe video, member wa ó ṣe live video pẹ̀lú mi, and we were sharing it. We saw one of our members singing a complete repertoire, hip-hop repertoire on the stage, níjọ́ concert. We summoned the person said, òun láti kọ́. When the shepherd ló wá sọ̀rọ̀ sóhun létí pé wá gbogbo àmọye ta sọ fún gbogbo ètò nǹkan yìí, church tó happening church ní parish tó wo, tó bá ti dé church mi tó máa lọ ṣe yẹn. But someone that does not fear, and someone that fears that has the fear of God, will probably drop their microphone for them. Ṣùgbọ́n ní ipò tí many people wà, even if you drop their microphone for them, ẹlòmíà máa pé ebi rèé. Where is the faith? And that is where faith comes in. Ìgbàgbọ́ ni ìdánilójú ohun tí à ń retí, ìjẹ́rìísí ohun tí a ò rí. And when you are talking about faith, it has to be faith that works. àìmọye ẹlòmíì tó máa ní mo nígbàgbọ́ ìgbàgbọ́ orí ahọ́n lásán ni. It has to be faith that works. O ní sọ pé o fẹ́ lọ kó sẹ́nu train lọ́la o nígbàgbọ́ pé train yẹn ò ní pa suicide mission ni. That is not a faith that works, because that is actually a suicide mission. So the same thing, no, it takes, we need to keep elevating the orientation of our people. Keep working on their orientation. Come on, there are ways I'm going to package myself, and I can tell whoever that is inviting me. Minister, I know some people, but that in Basel they are changing. Okay, look at the concert, the one stage one mic. That in to believe one is spray. Do you know some people were even tempting last year? Some people brought pile of money like this to stage. Nígbà tí Mega and Kọrin lọ́wọ́, àtọkàn ni Mega tí ń ṣe báyìí sí wọn. The same thing nígbà tó palẹ̀ mọ́ Kọrin, the same thing nígbà tí Nabi ń kọrin. Ní Nabi, èèyàn kan tí ẹ fẹ́ já wọ orí stage nígbà tí Mega has to tell ó láti sọ̀rọ̀ sẹ́ni ẹ létí pé money is not allowed to be sprayed. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ appreciate ẹ fowó sínú bàṣà ẹ. Ó ti bá ti bọ́lẹ̀ lórí stage. Ẹ ná mi lówó yẹn tẹ́ fẹ́ bá appreciate me. And that is what we keep telling them. If you are bold enough to do this, before you know it, people will know that Imeko is a sacred land. Our parishes are sacred centers, sacred land, sacred auditorium is different from all. And before you know it, people tó bá ní nǹkan ẹlọ́kàn tó rí pé ó fẹ́ ṣe lé ní wọ́n dá ẹ padà, ó fẹ́ ṣe lọ́la wọ́n dá ẹ padà. But àwọn tó ń kọrin yìí náà kan náà máa dá ẹ padà. Àwọn shepherds tó máa dá wọn padà yìí kí ni role tó ń play? Lórí pé àwọn shepherd kan gbọ́ wípé a lọ rí pastor kí ni yẹn wà lára nǹkan ta rí pastor sí. Mo máa wọn tó ti sọ pé àtọ́ bá bí yín rẹ̀ ṣáà máa bọ̀ ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì mi, bóyá pastor ló bá mi kọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì mi ni ẹ sọ. So this thing is complicated, and we are trusting God. Now we are going to be having a symposium, a workshop, a 2-day workshop this month of August. We are looking at August. Bury Babade shift in September. This has to do with how you make money even from outside the church with your materials. We've had the first edition, but the turnout wasn't so. Those are the kind of symposium when people know that they can actually make money from their materials. I want to look at it. I know mega money to make latori boom play atori audio mark. Not be money to make. I want money to make there because we any tere ni. And that is why we are organizing this symposium. The flyers will come out. We are in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Ale ojo kosa babade tin no share flyers in. So people will understand. We'll bring in resource people. Oh yeah, he's coming from Boom Play. Another guy is coming from Audio Mic. We have people that are coming from digital. So many digital marketers that are coming to speak to us because authority your subscribe, authority your make on platforms. Imagine you as an artist, you have enough money. For example, I have witnessed so many places. Opalemo doesn't charge. I can tell you that, Baba. Worst case scenario, Opalemo will say, tell the manager to meet them, give my manager whatever you want to give them, and he will bring out money from his own purse. He has done it in several parishes. Timori, I was looking at him like, how do you make your money, sir? And he was like, ṣé Ọlọ́run ti fóun ní nǹkan tóun máa jẹ, ìyẹn ni nako tóun ti ń ṣiṣẹ́. And torí ẹ̀ lòun ṣe máa encourage many of the musicians láti ní iṣẹ́ mi mọ iṣẹ́ wọn. Tẹ́ bá wo most of them see Mega has something else tó ń ṣe. And some of the big icons that miss them, they don't talent ta mọ́tò wà nù wọn tó jẹ́ side hustling ni tí orí bá ti yọ wọn á tún lọ ṣe. So àwọn nǹkan yìí tí ò sí tẹ́lẹ̀ tẹ́lómi believe pé kakàn wà ń bẹ̀ ni wọ́n ṣe ń rubbish wa láwọn parishes yìí. Ìkan sì ṣẹlẹ̀ recently nínú about 2 months ago tí church yẹn ṣe program, and the entire parochial committee hijacked the cantata from the choir and brought in a musician from outside the church. Wípé fẹ́ ra instrument ẹni tó lè bá wọn pa owó instrument nìyẹn, because wọ́n ní agreement pẹ̀lẹ́ nìyẹn wípé 60-40 níye tó bá pa lórí stage, olórin á kó 40%, church á kó 60%. Ẹlòmíín ṣe tán bá ti sanwó fún ẹ, olórin tó mọ̀ wípé wọn ò fóun lówó orí percentage ẹ̀ náà bèèrè òun sí, òun bá kọ nǹkan tó bá wùn nínú church yẹn in order láti pa owó fún wọn kówó tóun náà máa mú lọlé kó lè pọ̀. So many things go wrong, but I want to assure you that people are working tirelessly, and with the help of people like you, Egbon, you are in this industry. We know what you did in Central Choir. in the central choir days. We know you for talk and do, and we know you for your bluntness. I know you for that, and some of us know you for your bluntness. So I believe and I hope that God will continue to strengthen all of us, because àánú Ọlọ́run la nílò. Àánú Ọlọ́run la nílò. Táànú Ọlọ́run bá ti setting, ojú àti ìwọ gan tó fẹ́ kàn ná. Just like you said, nǹkan tí most of them wá ń ṣe sìn, àwọn parishes kan ti ń ṣe ìkórè, wọ́n á tún wá ṣe reception after ìkórè. Ẹ̀kọ́ ni pé pápápá 1 o'clock 2 o'clock wọ́n ti parí ẹ̀sìn ìkórè, wọ́n wá bọ́ sí inú màkíńtà àbábẹ́ canopy. Jésù yàtọ̀ sí gbàgbósì yẹn. Mi ò lè dúró bó ṣe ń náwó, àwọn ọmọ yahoo ò gbọdọ̀ náwó bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú club number 1, bọ̀ lórí tébù wọn ò fi bò gbogbo ẹ ó ṣe dáadáa lọ sórí tébù wọn báyìí ni. Ó yẹ kó ti yé yín. We are on air. I can't say all those things. Àwọn olùṣọ́ náà tún wá ní kinní kan ní àwọn dynamic olùṣọ́ kan lélẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ tún sẹ̀ lọ sórí tébù tí wọn náà wọ́n pé kí ló dé. Wọ́n ní àwọn ti parí tinú church, àwọn ti parí tọ́lọ́run, inú màkíṣẹ́ pẹpẹ wà bí ni. I was like, I couldn't stand it. I left the place. So it has gone to that stage. But we have some people within that are actually following up with us, and they are helping us with the strength of God and mercy of God. But I know we'll get there someday. That's my submission for now.
Okay. Thank you so much for that comment. Yeah, but I tell you, another question. Has he been able to, add some this? Well,
see, this brother that just spoken now, this Mr. Shegun Cole, is a big politician. Understand? And he's somebody I know very well. You understand? He's so careful about the choice of his word because he knows I will catch him. But you see, like I said to the person that spoke earlier on, that AbokiJesu, you see, the reason why, you see, I follow this platform very, but you see, the fact is this. I totally agree. Rome must not build again. But we have to be seen making effort. You understand? That's why, like, I could see some of my friends there are saying Femi Parliament does not collect anything for people that are calling. Fair enough. You understand? But if we want to change, you understand, we don't expect it to start immediately. We have, you see, if the CPAAN head, those people are the head at the CPAAN, if Oluwatosin should say, okay, how about I be 60-40 or what the Blashaku just said now, you understand? There's need to tell them that no. You understand? See, I know it is not easy. I'm not being naive of that. But if we start this, it's a gradual process. You understand? There are churches. When we were growing up, I say it anyway, you can go and check it. When I was growing up in my own church, they don't spray money. I know people, these people are still alive today. They don't spray money when we are doing Ikore. You understand? Now, when it came to our own turn, let me put it our own turn, my own I want to get, I want contemporary. When we were being taught then, only one know. Now, what happened? They changed the shepherd. Like, I want to second what Brasheko said. They changed the shepherd to happening shepherd. You understand? From happening shepherd now, the first thing they did was, you see, all those elders, they were able to push them out to have their way. They now started this. I remember very well there was one in Korea. I was there. Then I was no more in Nigeria anyway. I went to Harvest. And when I saw that, the first thing I did was I called this one, the one I called there, and I said, when did the God come to this? And they said it. They said it is Oluwatosin. Thank God Oluwatosin is somebody I can talk to. You understand? And I called him. I said, sir, what I know about this church, they don't do this in this church, and this church has never lacked. So giving us the excuse that until when they start paying money or when we start making all these things, it's the only way this can work. It doesn't work that way. We have to stop this. It took a while, but to the glory of God, they stopped. You understand? So the same way, I know things have gone so bad. But if we keep giving all these excuses, Brother Sheku is saying, you understand? If you talk about Christ Embassy, saying that they are paying so amount to take their art. Look, make no mistake about it. Celestia can also afford it. It depends on how we package ourselves. You understand? Monday, you will remember the day we are talking about the structure in the church. You understand? It depends on how we package ourselves. You understand? It depends on that is my own worry about this CPAAN. My own belief or my own take about CPAAN is when I remember when I first saw my first encounter of seeing this CPAAN, I called few of the people that are the top there that what's this all about? You understand? And when I was told what it's all about, I said, thank God. That means Celestial now have the platform that can correct all this abnormality. You understand? So if we don't start and we still giving, look, you keep saying all these excuses, you are not going to move. You understand?
Yes,
so,
I
Brasheku, you are the secretary or the whatever you call yourself. You understand? Let us start. You understand? I know it's gradually. You understand? If today in Celestial, people that are governing CPAAN, I would say they are the ones that are top artists in Celestial today. If you have like of Shegun or Palemo, Samson Adekombi, Mega, to name but few in your ranks, and this cannot make a change, then who is going to make a change? You understand?
Yes.
If all these guys can say no, this is what's going to happen. Look, do you think Mega can go to a church and if Mega should say to the Oluwatosin that, well, this is what I'm charging to come to your harvest, but that harvest, the rule is, or the rule that CPAAN has given me that if I go to any harvest, there shouldn't be any spring. Do you think the Oluwatosin will say because of that he's not going to invite Mega? It will take the grace of God for any Oluwatosin to say no to Mega. It will take the grace of God to any Oluwatosin to say no to Shegun Abi or Samson Adekombi. You understand? So they will pay them. I am 100% sure about that. They are going to pay them. It is for them to package themselves, put themselves on the same platform with these guys you are talking about. Look at, okay, how are these guys doing their stuff? And they are fine. You understand? It's just for us to repackage or rebrand ourselves, make ourselves more, make our trade or make our art look more attractive. We know the church has its own problem. We must not add to the problem. We have to make changes. That is just my own submission, and that is why I said it's a soft landing today. Shegun knows. Anytime we meet, I always say, Shegun, you're this so concept and break, come here. You understand? But if we want to change, you understand? These are known, these are renowned, these are household names in the Celestial fold today. So if somebody like all these guys put their foot down and said, this is what we are going to do. Celestial Church, our harvest we should desist from making our harvest a money-making venture. Celestial Church of Christ, harvest is to glorify God. It is not to make money. There's money in this church, for crying out loud. You understand? We know all these Paul, Apollo, and all the stuff is causing problems. There's money. Don't let us deceive ourselves. The shepherd they are used to talking about that call Ifele and pay 5 million. Are they not Celestial shepherd? So if they can afford to pay Ifele 5 million, 10 million, I believe if our own people too can bring themselves to that standard, they will pay. And they don't pay, they cannot, make no mistake, CPAAN can veto it. This is where CPAAN, I believe, if I heard that, okay, a church is bringing an FLA into the church, you understand? CPAAN, with the pastoral endorsement they have, they
Yes.
can veto it and say, look, it's not going to happen.
No.
You understand? It's not going to happen. I know it's not easy. You understand? But let us start, for crying out loud. Let us start. All this video, you know, all these songs of these videos that you see, back then, you know, we can do things, cover it up. But we look at the
Yes. The
digital world we
era
are
of
living
social
in
media.
now. You understand? You see churches, you begin to wonder, is this harvest or is this a nightclub? There's no difference. Even some at times there's decorum in a nightclub better than in the church. Because when they start all this spraying, they start like what they say last week, Besesi, Wasiri, or whatever they call it. They turn the church into, you understand? They turn the church into nonsense. Then when are we
Yes,
going to stop?
yes, sir. It's a nice one. Brother Shegu, I would like you to also take this. There's some comments here, so you can also answer too, alongside the ones that Brother Taiwo just said. Now, it is. I'm going to choose like three people who have the same idea on this issue. They say that
Okay.
CPAAN is not for Celestial Church for the reason that they are not improving. Now, what are they doing to this music itself, to the choir? Because now they're saying CPAAN is performing artists. Now, what is their role in choir development, in music development? Now, Ayomide is saying that the only group we need to help our church music grow is to have a Christian music group. Anyway, so then from TJ Top 6 is saying the level of spirituality is always different between the real ministers and the performance. That's when we're talking about, the names, performing artists and so. You understand? Then let me say this other one. So those are two ideas to that. And I want to also support that other second idea from Dreamer Piano. Yes, if we have a group that cares for the choir and set standard for music rendered in the church, then we'll be good. You understand? Then okay, let me pick one. Okay, now that's why he said the rapper is also saying exactly, sir. That is the reason why I had if they represent Celestia. If they don't represent choir, then you are not Celestia. The only music group of Celestia is the choir, hence any group. Okay, so you can speak on that, Mr. Shegun.
Okay. We bless God once again, and let me just say this. Let me go straight to the point. What is CPAAN doing to improve on the choir? Now, we have to. There is a body charged with the responsibility of taking care of the choir, and that is the CCC Central Choir. Taking
Okay.
charge of, the affairs of choir. I'm not talking about choristers now. So many choristers brought themselves together to become a choir, and we have so many choir to become central choir. Now we have so many ministers or performers inside the choir. Inside one or two choir, you must find at least 1, 2, or 3 people that has those talents of performing outside or ministering outside.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know, during your interview with AbokiJesu, CPAAN is a body charged with the responsibility of uniting, guiding, protecting the interest of all the members. And the thing is, irrespective of your genre of music. This is what we are trying to do. Inside our choir, alólórin tó jẹ́ pé tó bá fẹ́ lọ kọrin ta, Fuji ẹ̀ ló ń kọ. Fuji musician ni, but he's a Celestial. Iṣẹ́ Fuji yẹn ló ń ṣe fi jẹun. A ní ìtó jẹ́ jùjú ló ń kọ, iṣẹ́ jùjú yẹn ló ń ṣe fi jẹun. A ní ìtó jẹ́ pé Afro ló ń kọ, iṣẹ́ Afro yẹn ló ń ṣe fi jẹun. But the thing is, our church doesn't belong to the school of thought that you can actually use music as a weapon or as a minister, as an apparatus to minister to people, irrespective of the genre of music. Gone are those days when we had this belief, and that was when you see the likes of Odibolo Joshofa, Baba Opalemo, that's Femi Opalemo's dad. He took a genre of music and ministers to people with that genre of music, and they win souls. They won so many souls into the church through that genre of music. You see people singing high life, the likes of Abone and Akib Karim, Baba. You know, even Baba Adetiran, the late Wale Adetiran, these people belong to the high life era before Baba choose to do more of classicals. They won so many souls with this music, with this genre of music. But today, so many people have abused all this genre of music. We now thought of, okay, let us allow so many people that are, you know, performing all that genre of music and bring them to church. They are already part of the church. One more we pay autonita, autoninule. The same thing to differ from our we will let okay. Hello, orin tata hello in a Christian way, láti be minister sáwọn. It doesn't make ẹni tó ń kọ orin Jésù all the time. It doesn't make that person a saint.
Sure.
Ìwà tẹ́ máa bá lọ́wọ́ gospel artist mi tí ò kì í ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ níta. We are into events, we do events, we do event production. We see most of all these things at the backstage. I'm a very popular gospel musicians that are giants in Goman. So that when you see them at the backstage, before they mount the stage, you see what they do. At times, so we are, like I said earlier, we are getting there gradually. These things are not things you know. People has liberty to what they can do. They have rights to their opinions. So the bá fẹ́ bá àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ ìtùnú ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ ìtùnú yẹn náà la máa kọ́kọ́ fi enter àwọn kó tó di pé okay gbas. Tá bá ní support àwọn tó wà lókè. Lórí tọ̀rọ̀ Tayéfẹ́lẹ́ yẹn àti àwọn èèyàn olórin kìíní kan. Do you know something happened? The BOT of this church, I stand to be corrected anywhere. In 2017, they summoned Femi Opalemo. Not just summoning, one charge a court. That was before the existence of CPAAN. I continue to build up CPAAN labele, but continue really were constituted legally. And just because someone told them that Opalemo is making hundreds of millions of naira, lórí àwọn ìwé orin tó fi ṣe collar tunes. And when I met with this man, and this man explained, say, òun rí pé àwọn ọmọ church wa, àwọn ọmọ sẹ̀lẹ̀ wa, tóun bá gbọ́ collar tunes wọ́n gbà mí. Sáré wọlé kó wá gba chocolate o, àwọn orin Terry ló ń rè nígbà yẹn, àwọn orin tó ń lò nìyẹn, àwọn orin Davido tó ń lò. Òun wá wò pé bóyá torí kò sí àwọn orin títí wa níta. This man took it upon himself. This is a project that cost him over 5 million naira. Over 5 million naira, eh? Tori mo sí oni o. He actually brought out a booklet to call Ogwesi, and òun ló tún ní studio tó lò, because he did hundreds of songs. So that you will call me now, the first thing you listen to is Agbára Nínú Ogun Ọ̀run. He did so many of those songs. Do you know our BOT charged him to court? That he has to pour nínú owó tó ti make yẹn. Ọlọ́run wá lò mí àti àwọn àgbàlagbà kan with the help of Baba Mike Wazomo, Adepegba of the seminary, Ayosoneko and some people. I went to them and explained. Do you know this thing? Opalemo was so bitter to the extent that òun náà fẹ́ charge wọn sí court. Ó dẹ̀ ní okay, court náà bá fẹ́ gbé òun lọ come and show. And this man went ahead and asked the agency to bring out the statement of account of his sanwó fóun. Do you know pé owó yẹn ò tiẹ̀ wọ 200,000 over the years not if he sanwó fún? And they printed out the audit of àwọn tó download orin ẹ̀ wípé àwọn orin hip hop make waves ju orin yín lọ. So kí ló dé fẹ́ para yín? On the print the statement of account. I took the statement of account to Ayosoneko because the thing was from Pius, Baba Olanrewaju Pius and some people like that. No wà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn gbà yẹn. Uwasomo played a very, very good role and he arranged a meeting. He looked at the statement of account and was like, let me go here. Kini yóò ti tó 300,000. Ọdún mélòó lọ́nà ó ti lé 5 years tóun ti ṣe. Òun ò ṣe gan òun ò tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé owó ìwà bẹ̀ òun ò ṣe láti torí òun expect owó. He did it pé kí glory ìjọ yìí Do you know the agency? Because you will never relate with all the service provider direct. You can't relate with MTN direct.
Of course.
You can't relate
Yes,
with
of course.
Airtel direct. They have to use an agency.
Yes, I have ideas.
The agency
Ben,
brought down
that's too
all
late.
the music. They brought down all the music. Ìjọ wo lẹ ti pè gbẹ̀yìn tẹ́wá gbọ́kọ́ látùn èmi ní Olúwa má ṣe bẹ̀rù ayé. Agbára ni gbèsè máa ń gbọ́ tọ́palẹ̀ mọ́ ṣe fún wọn gbà yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀. Those are part of the discouragement. See our own face. And this person said, there was someone that said, okay, let me go back to what CPAAN is doing for the choir. Now there is a body that is charged with the responsibility of and seeing to the affairs of the choir, which is the central choir. CPAAN battle doju so yẹn, and there's going to be conflict of interest. So we left the central choir to remain in charge of choir. Many choir master ò kápá àwọn olórin tó wà nínú choir gan. So leave CPAAN alone to deal with those ministers and performing artists.
Okay.
Now let central choir deals with all the choir.
Okay.
Táwa bá gbọ́, and we've been working hand in hand. Tí lára àwọn executive central choir bá lọ síbi kan tó bá rí nǹkan tí ó pé Ṣẹ́gun lọ pé bye all lè record ẹ̀, excuse me, consent sí wa lọ́wọ́ nǹkan tí ìkànnà àwọn mẹ́mbà yín ń kọ ní concert táwọn wà báyìí. Táwa náà bá lọ tàbá níbi tí choir ti minister, we call them to order pé ẹ pé choir CCC parish báyìí ẹ pé wọ́n to order ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń sọ, a máa send the video wọn sí yín sí. That is how we've been working hand in hand.
Okay.
And we believe that even with the demise of Baba Wole Adetiran, people that will take over from him, we hope that will continue in that direction. And even Baba even gave us a strong member of the Central Choir Executive. He's a member of the Board of Trustees CPAAN. Because we carried the Central Choir along, and Baba told us then that Moti Dagba, okay, let me give you someone that will represent me, that will be my eyes. And he gave us Dr. Rotimi Olaosebikon. And to the glory of God, I think Rotimi Olaosebikon is the one acting. We're just waiting for his confirmation. So those are the things we've been able to do so far, my brother. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. So many things. But I believe that one day, many people will desist from all these acts. So our tabek gba bread lọ́wọ́ èèyàn, tabek gba ìwà ìbàjẹ́ lọ́wọ́ èèyàn, and plan àti create àwọn avenue fún ẹni yẹn láti máa hùwà ìbàjẹ́ yẹn mọ́. Ṣẹ́ni tó mọ̀ pé òun lọ kọrin concert ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó máa ti náà òun lówó, dáwọ́ bò òun lórí àbóhun ò lọ. At the end of the month, nǹkan kan wà tó máa drop látòrí àwọn materials òun. Ìlú yìí náà tún contribute. If you kọ́kọ́ guitar sí orin méjì mẹ́ta lásán in the western country, you are okay. O máa gba royalty ẹ̀dọ́jọ́ kú ni.
Yes.
So most of all those structures are not really working in this part of the world. What is even working? If not for the grace of God. So most of those things are not working in this part of the world, and that is why we are taking it slow, little by little. Even the upcoming artists, Titi Wanyetu, Tiwatu worse. There are ways we relate with them. The rate we relate with our legends is different from the way we relate with our raves of the moment, and it's different from the way we relate with our upcoming artists. Because most of the upcoming artists they need wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe gbogbo gbùrùgbùrù ṣe ló dàbí àwọn young shepherd tó wà ń sìn kò sí ìrònú pìwàdà mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ owó lẹ́yìn owó náà ni lẹ́yìn owó náà ni owó nìkan ló lè ṣe ni. The same thing náà ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀. So we are just taking it little by little. We have people that assist to the affairs of them, and we have our legends tó ti dàgbà, because 3 categories tá wà nìyẹn. We have the legends, we have the raves of the moment, and we have the upcoming artists.
All right.
So by categorize one year, and with the help of God, we know we'll get there someday.
Yes, thank you so much, Brother Sebi. Yes, let's take some few other questions. I also still invite Aboki back. Now, from official Onitayo, are the big guns CPAAN ready to sacrifice the excesses to regulate the production of CDC music? Can they? Do you understand that question?
Yes, I understand. That is what I think we've spoken about that. We are actually working towards it. If not, we wouldn't have gone to the pastor, and some of the things God has given us a pastor that listens. People thought we will enter pastor's office and in the next 10 minutes we are out. We spent about 3 hours, closed door meeting with pastor, if not more than 3 hours. Some things we even, the pastor was like, how I wish Kirun Koba iti watipe. But do you know there are some people tó jẹ́ pé ibi ìdàrú yẹn làwọn tí ń enjoy. And things that if you have people like this in place, this will slow down the decision making, even of the pastor, to grant us some things. Ṣé irú olùṣọ́ tó wà ní ọ̀dọ̀ pastor nígbà tá a wá meet ẹ̀, àwa lè má dá wọn mọ̀, but irú ẹ̀ tó wà lọ́dọ̀ pastor nígbà tá a wá meet ẹ̀. Tó make lórí pé wọ́n náwó sáwọn èèyàn lórí lásán ní church tòun. Ṣé àrò bí tá a bá lọ tán irú ẹni yẹn gan ò lè sọ fún pastor pé bàbá ẹwà àwọn eléyìí àwọn ọmọ yìí irọ́ náà pa o gbogbo nǹkan ṣé pastor ṣé bí gbogbo ni pastor fẹ́ dé ni. So it takes the grace of God, and even a máa tún fi gbogbo ẹ̀ sínú àdúrà, because once in a month a máa ń ṣe vigil, once in a quarter a máa ń ṣe national vigil, every state chapter ló ń ṣe vigil wọn once in a month. So once in a quarter we will all converge in a particular state tá bá choose láti ṣe vigil yẹn, and láti fi gbogbo nǹkan báyìí ṣàdúrà. We've been to series of states to hold our meetings, to hold our quarterly night vigils. So those are the things that I know ṣe níwọ̀nba tiwa, and you know ìran kan lọ ìran kan bọ̀ ni, ibi tá bá lè ṣe dé náà k'Ọlọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́ la máa ṣe dé. But the truth is building a lasting structure and legacy sílẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé we believe CPAAN will outlive so many people. So if CPAAN could outlive so many people, it means even after so many of the elders bá ti lọ, some people that are taking over from them will continue with that legacy and will continue building on that platform. So we are actually working on having a radical change swiftly in the church music.
Okay, good. Yes. Over some few comments. Okay. Brother is giving this addition to some comments. We can't take everything. I'm trying to screen some. So he said all choir should join central choir, have CPAAN work for the stars and artists that manages to break out in the church and still work for central choir. But based on what you're saying, this comment, as you know, is like fusing in, describing what you just said too. Okay. People are still really having the discourse about the percentage of secular musicians in CPAAN. Some people are saying it's 80%, some people are saying it's even more than that. Then, okay, let me look at some other questions that can go. You know, there are some comments that are contributory and they are also informatory to people that read them. But there are some that will take and we just would ask, answer. Okay. Okay. There was there's something about welfare, but this is incomplete, so I would not be able to take that. Okay. Okay. Okay, just this contribution to say if a choir master can't undo the so-called style, you know, you're talking about the fact that some choir masters can't undo even their choristers based on the fact that maybe those secular artists in their midst. You say even the choir master can't undo the so-called style in his choir, then he probably might need to sit with the elders of the church. That means that the choir master is not competent enough. So I feel, and what that person also feels that the choir master should be able to have good, should handle his for a choir successfully. Okay. CCC music structure had been infiltrated over decades. Many of the artists we are celebrating now are capitalizing on these weaknesses, and they call it career. What do you say about this? CCC music structure had been infiltrated over decades. Many of the artists we are celebrating now are capitalizing on these weaknesses, and they call it career.
Is it not a career? Even I read one person that said it was, liking it with his RCCG. And do you know one funny thing? Celestial CPAAN. Do you know that after we constituted this, do you know that so many churches, denomination, have taken after our footsteps? You wouldn't know because you might not, hear it outside. The first church that Baptist has done the same thing. So this was actually deliberated in Goman. We got invitations from PMAN. They want us to come and share our views with them. PMAN were seeing us as, a tool that could be of help, so they can harness most of all these musicians. We've not gone to them because by the time we take it that far, and if we had gotten to them, if we had met with them, it would have been a plus to some of our members, because through that we might be able to make some of our members join Cozans, and they can even make some money from Cozans, from being a member of Cozans. But we want this thing to remain sacred, at least for a while, until when we are ripe for all those things. So if some people in our own territory are actually condemning the things we've done, we know we are liable to have critics. But some other denominations are actually appreciating this, and they are trying to replicate the same thing in their own church. And whatever those people do, they will do it better because of the structure they have. And that is one thing that we lack. And we cannot force the church to have a structure. The only thing we can do is sanitize our own department, which is the music department. And like I said earlier, we are working hand in hand with the officials of the central choir, because most of all these musicians we're talking about, all these comedians we're talking about, all these artists, actors, actresses, most of them are member of one choir or the other. Have you not seen, not just like the brother that spoke the other time, that posted a question that if the choir master cannot handle? It happens in many places. Even the shepherd of the church will make the choir master know and understand why. It happens. That's all to poor. Choir master we actually advised recently to resign. Àwọn èèyàn kan ní wọn kì í resign nídìí iṣẹ́ Olúwa. Ọlọ́run ló fi síbẹ̀. Mo ní Ọlọ́run kan ló fi ẹ́ síbẹ̀. Tó bá Ọlọ́run ló fi ẹ́ síbẹ̀, God will give you, God that has given you that mantle will give you the authority. Ó ní olùṣọ́ ló sọ pé òun lòun máa ṣe choir master. Mo ní because olùṣọ́ ló sọ pé òun ló máa ṣe choir master yẹn. Òun náà lolùṣọ́ ṣe ń sọ fún ẹ wípé fẹ́lẹ́ yìí lẹ́ ìgbà tó bá dé ní o. Wọ́n ṣòfin, what actually happened is wọ́n ṣòfin, there is this law that if you come after Ìforíbalẹ̀, after Christo Bamiemi, you cannot enter the choir stall again. But this guy will come in at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and he will walk in freely and straight to the microphone. So other members of the choir were like, àwọn kan náà ṣòfin fún, àwọn kan náà ṣòfin fún. So the choir master couldn't handle such, and the shepherd told him outrightly, Allah, leave that side. Leave that. Do you know there are many ministers in the church? You won't know until you see the payroll of the church. The church is actually paying them. So the person will feel important and feel big as well. I have to show. I went to club. You still bringing it to the church. So the church has a big role to play in this, sir. The church has a big. We're still going to be having another meeting with Pastor Oyekati Shelani after Ikore Omode, but Pastor's itinerary. We want to pick it up from where we stopped with him. So after he has so many itinerary, I think he just came into the country, and Ashematu lobby Lati ni another time pẹ̀lú wọn ni. So
Okay.
it's a very long process. It's a very long process, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, another question from Maria Boyce, and I think brother Tai also asked this question, but it's this another a bit different. How does CPAAN plan to assist the upcoming ones? Because it's the likes of them that cannot charge administrations like the well-known ones.
Okay. If such,
Just a bit.
and I told you the category that we have. In short, it was formerly 4 categories: the legends, the raves of the moment, the female ones, and the upcoming artists. You know, it
Okay.
was later that we merged everybody together, that we
Okay.
cannot segregate. We merged everybody, and people like someone like Mama Omodudu, she's our living legend. Baba Imole Ayo, Remi Olabanji, those are our legends. Baba Bro. Gbogbo àwọn people yìí ló mọ̀ nípa CPAAN, they are our backbones. Tẹ́lẹ̀ a máa ń fún àwọn obìnrin ní preference. If we have a slot, because at times some people give us slots. If the church is having an event, they give us slots. Okay, 10 ministers will be musicians will be ministering. It now like 30% and give the male 70%. But later we merged everything together. Okay, either you are a male or a female, you belong to the legends category, you belong to the raves of the movement category, you belong to the upcoming artists. And this is what we've been doing for our upcoming artists. We have a chairman, we have structure. We have the board of trustees, which is the apex. And the chairman of the board of trustees several times has taken it upon himself. And, you know, with the help of the National Executive Council, the National Executive Council consists of the national ESCOs and all the state governors. That is what makes up the National Executive Council. At the National Executive Land Council level, whenever we decide to roll things out and like that, we tell the governors, talk to your upcoming artists, look for the best one for this year we want to promote. We used to have it like, okay, this year we only want to promote 2 upcoming artists. Next year we'll promote another 2. So from each of the states, they can come up with, okay, this is I'm nominating this person from my state, I'm nominating this person from my state. Okay, when they come together, we screen them again. We have a body that does that. We screen them again, and before you know it, okay, we have people that are having their projects free of charge. You know the situation of the country. But with the help of the chairman of the board of trustees, you can do all those ones using the next 5 studio sessions. And there is another thing coming up now, but we want, you know, to capitalize them, to make them have a financial base before they kick off, before they start to work. And that is the marketing arm of CPAAN. And we're looking towards, we've spoken with the people involved, with the and some interested authority has already shown interest. You know, a kind of platform where CPAAN can be registered on the Nigerian marketing platform and the Nigerian digital marketing platform, promoters platform, because Ogutonja, most of our artists, most of them a promoter at Itaya has not been Melo and Nukaton. We are not selling him. We work on the market everywhere. So we are looking at a situation whereby CPAAN will be in charge, and we have legal team. CPAAN has a legal team. The handles, you know, the people know about copyright, they knows about trademark, and they are trying to sensitize. They are sensitizing our people. When you have a material, your intellectual material, you have to do a trademark, a copyright for it. So marketer kan àbí promoter kan kò ní máa fi ẹ́ lábẹ́. You just be there doing up the work. You mean what is that? You mean you understand contract to sign. So these are the guidance that we give to most of them, and we encourage them not to sign anything. Talk about lawyer CPAAN, talk about legal team CPAAN, look into it. Get a lawyer. That 10, 20, 50,000 that you want to pay to a lawyer to help you out to read out the contract agreement before signing it will save you from spending 5 years. Those are the things we are doing to our members, and some of them will call us. Okay, we just handled a case of one of our members that went to perform a minister in a church, and the church didn't give him his balance. And bad boys are there for Falasho. We have to come in. The president has to come in, set up a meeting between the church, this particular parish, this particular parish, and this musician, this minister. Because it got to a point that the president, in person of Shegunabi, told them emphatically that we will stop all ministers to come to your programs. Dare us. You know, confirm we pay any share ye minutes any coffee minister for you love minister. One equal pada why need to my sign or to my release or see around. And this thing was going to like a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and above. And those are the kind of things that people see. So we are actually working towards it. We support you see that even in Imeko, the time come out for our upcoming artists I want to maintain because we want them to have enough time to minister to people. So people, and that Imeko platform, to some people only just joke, but that Imeko platform has given so many people fame. It has given so many people who were not known before we started that thing. And we gave them enough support, and people are calling them up and down. People are calling them everywhere right now. So those are the kind of little supports, and you know, we are the one funding ourselves. By the time God help us and raise our elbow, you know, it's not a big deal because okay, we want to do 5 artists this year, right from the recording level to the marketing level to the promotion level. There's a video from it's not a big deal. All these churches stand so Christ Embassy does it a lot. Artists and they will still pay. So those are the things we are doing for our upcoming artists. So let them feel free to join. If you are an upcoming artist, you feel free to join. Feel free to join. And thank God we are going digital very soon because we are creating a platform where you'll be able to register online. Some things are actually delaying us because you know it has little monetary commitment, and we have to do all our paperwork with EFCC before you can be allowed to do such.
All right, Brother Chidi, you're welcome. Brother Chidi, can you hear me? You're welcome.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, how are you doing today, sir?
Hello, good
evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Well said.
Good evening, sir.
Hold on, sir. Okay, you're coming, sir.
I'm telling you.
We can't hear you. Your volume is low.
I'm sorry, I've not finished. Hello, thanks.
We don't know where that background noise is coming from.
I think it's from that side.
Okay, when I say go, okay. When I say go, there's a background noise at your side there.
I'm actually in the car.
Okay. Okay, let's
now?
manage the discussion. All right, it's better. Yeah, but actually, your contribution, sir. Or your questions.
Yes, what I want to say is he said something about gospel artists and what they do as the background, I mean, outside things or whatever. But my concern is we are not to judge anybody, but at the same time, they call themselves gospel artists. Whatever they do is left for them and they are going. So once you see yourself as a gospel artist, you're a gospel artist. Whatever you do in your bedroom or whatever you do outside the stage is none of my business. It's your own business. But what I want to say is, I wrote most 80% of gospel musicians are in CPAAN. But let me tell you the truth. The truth is, you can't compare the two together. in some churches, they know you as a secular artist, you will minister. Forget about what you do at home or what. Once you call yourself what you do outside is between you and God. Once you choose yourself to be a gospel artist, you must, number one, stay away from secular or whatever you call yourself. Now, let me say, you're a member of Ajin and a member of Doman. You understand? So you can't compare the two together. So having people like that at the top of is kind of, let me say, it's questionable. Do you understand? It's just like you have, let me just put it this way. Let me say, how do I put the example?
I'm meeting.
Almost. An area boy that you know very well at HSE, now becoming a master in your church. The pé àwọn tó mọ̀ wọ́n ni àwọn kan ò ní gbé bẹ́ẹ̀. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to judge anybody. There are some things you must do right. In the Pentecostal church, I'm not a I'm the deputy music director of the state CPAAN and also PFN in the state. So I have gone around and I know how you can't take you to be an office. You can't have an office. When they know you are a secular musician, they will take you, they will keep you there.
Okay.
They would not. So they will not. So these are the things we need to rectify. Like 2019, let me tell you something. How this CPAAN started, I don't know. But the year before CPAAN started, I called Opalemon, I called Mega 99, I called Sabiti, I called some musicians like that. Listen, that all this, because I remember the last concert they did in Meko, that came with the instrument. All this small, but the noise was so much that it was nobody back. They even said them. That was the year I got it. I called Mega 99, and that year Mega 99 and I know it's a forgotten issue, and Esther, the deputy, we are having some time. I called them. They meeting that offer them all these things you guys are doing. Why don't we have an instrument? I never knew people was going to come the following year. I said, let's have you guys to have a one mic thing and set up a stage. Even if you want to make your money, even if it's 1 hour, to perform 1 hour to your fans, you will make your money successfully. Without bringing your own, spending more money, bringing your own instruments, you want to buy fire by force to make money. And if it's 1 hour, you can make money. That was it. I said, all these things, you guys are supposed to know this. You understand? So, thank God for CPAAN. And the year CPAAN came, the first concert was awesome. I was decided, though I have not joined CPAAN, I know my reason. I am watching. Let me tell you something. There's nothing I tell you don't know. There are so many things you know about me. When I say no to some things, I know my reason. And I said, and I enjoyed that concert. Wow. The concert started probably in the afternoon, towards 1, 2. We were enjoying it. A lot of musicians, jazz. In fact, the day you finish ministering, I said, wow, that was good. I said, this is a great concert. Man, but this last year old is nothing to write home about. They invite anybody, everybody can see. There are some people that are in CPAAN, they refuse to come near that place. So that first day, I enjoyed it. That last year, even before they started, we were waiting 12, 1, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., there was nothing. 4 p.m., there was nothing. Until probably by 5, they started, and on the 24th, and everybody was rushing because 12 o'clock we are going to be at the cathedral. So everything was rush. It's not supposed to be. When they come like that, by 10 a.m., things will have started, concerts will have started, things will have started, and music go on and on like that. Till every artist will perform. But once you start late, excuse me, you mama software ni. So I want to know my take. Who they are then let me tell you something about the choir. Something whether you like it or not, you can't do away with choir. As far as church music is concerned, this man shouldn't be a kind of jamboree thing. It should be a kind of music that you will see guys forming gospel artists, not listen to all performances except the choir. The only now what is someone in fact the do that congo and then our classic for the same all sides of music, which is very wrong. To me, it's wrong. Right? In fact, sometimes I follow joke with you because because like somebody wrote it there, Oluwatosin. This gospel music is sacred, honestly. But because we on graduate, and we don't see and say no far, here there's your one with the phone. Is that you stay away or you will support them? You can't be in two places like that. Let me tell you something. And you need me respect. So they want to respect right there. Because what you back, what you say now. So about to go to the because people want to watch that. What you want to so what people you want oh man like the money of anyhow. You want to get yourself. Oh my God, how you do so much there. But once you are sure of what you are doing, you will be able to control yourself. You will remember that I am pastor of the evangelist I thought both. I want to encourage the secretary, the PRO, a long time ago. I know what they are worth. At least they can say a lot of they can say most maybe 90% of something about me. I want to come and tell me again, say, because I have understanding of what we are doing. Church music to be church music. Any choir that wants to join, come and say choir, this is number one, no. Any choir that wants to join, to go to the choir.
Yes.
Find out when, let them find out where and when they form peace, when they want to be other, when they form peace, now some are not study there. So when your daughter must together, and where they are staying, they will go there, do the answer, and they come. We can have one choir, then have a band, have as in gospel band, have church band, whatever you call it. It was a glorious program. It was. But it be making sure that everything is right. And it was awesome. I love it. But yes, this is what I said last time. So yeah, take the support of people and to the one story, I want to go and say anything really got out of it. But thank God for super. Because I was there when Tere was doing 7th anniversary of Celestia. It was also look when I had they were coming to maybe I want on board but that first year was awesome. And people were there no. It was organized. This is the first time. And if I'm at the first time no. This one was awesome. But okay now we call it music whatever. Doesn't matter no stage. Let them carry their Bible somewhere. I'm a Christian, I'm a born again Christian. Let me tell you something. Come on, back. You need a deaf CPAAN. wọ́n gbé the Bible wá sí stage kìnnìkan excuse me ní gbogbo yẹn let them do their whether they are doing the Bible after the Bible say let the stage be for the people kò jọra wọn ta and when some people are trying to hijack it from them or explain it to them because last year but ethical the Bible and I said we stage them every stage yẹn ṣe kìnnìkan it's not meant for that thing that stage. The Bible let them go to the play another playing ground. Let them do this for the music. Yes, the music and the choir. Mo bá àwọn òbí kan wà tẹ́tẹ́ music alone. Mo ti lọ fáwọn concert no sermon no nothing just music. And music yẹn tó máa sunkún tún born again ẹ bá tún gbọ́ orin. So we can achieve that. People can achieve that. Ǹjẹ́ mo ti sọ fún àwọn òbí pé ṣé màá wá bá wọn tó mo bá wọn dáadáa ní gbígbẹ́ mo ní màá bá wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ màá wá jẹ́ ẹ̀. But wọ́n sọ pé owó ní kíní kan mọ́ ọkọ ní pé owó òkè tí wọ́n máa ń san owó ní òkè mo ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu Mr. Ṣẹ́gun. So there are so many of us that are hanging around trying to watch. Please listen to Commander Rita. At the time beginning, when Meko was Meko, when I the center fire, gbogbo àwọn bá ń pariwo náà no ẹ má jẹ́ kí and let's do it the way we should do it. If we do it the way we should do it, you will see so many people will come in. These people will come in. So many people will come in. Kò sí kan tí Ọlọ́run ò lè fi arrest yẹn. Wọ́n lè fi music arrest yẹn. I don't see when I enter Central Choir, oh Jesus Christ, when I enter heaven, I'm telling you, everybody tó bá wá Central Choir ayé ìta àwọlé á kò fún ọ̀run yẹn. Music ẹ máa ń rí àtà ẹ máa sunkún báyìí pé kí àwọn èèyàn yìí dé èèyàn làwọn tó kọrin nìkan tó kọrin bí áńgẹ́lì. And thank God for good consistent who has held on for Babadekiran president. Let ẹgbẹ́ kí àwọn kan náà lọ lẹ̀ ẹ má jà sọ̀rọ̀ ìjọ lọ́rùn àwọn lọ́wọ́ because time is passing. So that's my own contribution. Let them sanitize that paper so that people wá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn kan tó máa wọ̀rí because church ni nǹkan tá a bá ń sọ ń sìn Ọlọ́run gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe tá à ń sọ tá a bá sanitize tá a bá fẹ́ principal wà òkè we can achieve it sir we can achieve it honestly thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Chidi. God bless you for the contribution, sir. Yes, AbokiJesu. Yeah, before I allow AbokiJesu, yes, from Maria Voice, Christ Embassy's artists are strictly doing church music, both in church and outside. You know, that's actually what's confusing many of us in the church, but it is well, you know. And based on what Brother Chidi said, that this comment, supports that your explanation so far. Yeah, but AbokiJesu, yeah, you can. What's your comment about that?
I really appreciate God that one of the guru that have really contributed to celestial music as a great instrumentalist and a producer, a wish when we come to guitar, doing justice to guitar is on top. Chidi, it's a pleasure.
Yes.
It's not easy when we talk about making a change. So you aimed that we should come in one in accord. And what we're waiting for, with your own contribution as well, and what you intend, and even the host that is hosting us tonight, contribute his own quota, we can get to our destination. We are not magicians. Ìjọ inú bí èmi náà sí. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run wípé mo kàn rí àánú gbà ni. Mo rí àánú gbà. Èmi tó yẹ kán tà kán fi rà tó pa ni. Ìtẹ̀yàn bá rí àánú yẹn gbà, why can't you invest back? And those are the areas that are not in Sapa. In fact, I'm ka 1 to 10. Àwọn èèyàn tó yẹ kó wà ní CPAAN kò yẹ kí n pẹ̀lú. But when we have people like you that you have even been there before the advent of person like me, what are you standing behind the fence for? So I wouldn't appreciate people, criticizing from outside. We can always come together and make impact. The secretary has really, done a lot of justice to our aims, purpose, and our objective. Some people criticize that we are not being, we are not gospel artists. Why should we are secular? We are this, we are that. But either we are secular or we are not secular. When you are in the presence of God, you should know what to do with your God-given talent. The main objective is to gain soul. I do that with my comedy. I impact. Lára àwọn comedy mi tí bá ìgbà mi mo máa ń twist orin ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ máa fi wàásù. Àwọn èèyàn máa rẹ́rìn but message wà nù ẹ̀. I do that. Am I making any sense? If someone is a writer, you can come up with a good write-up or something. You can record your write-up, send it. We have some celestial shepherds. When they combine their ideology with their, the skill of teaching and music, they combine it together. You will be forced to listen, and your soul will be touched. We have people like that among us. To the yẹ pé àwọn kan sì ń expect pé change yẹn ẹnu ọ̀nà wọn máa ti mú wá bá wọn. A lot of challenges are in the church as well. Like you said, we are being, we faced during the convocation. And with the last year, me only expect you can write it off outrightly. If not for the grace of God, and the turnout of the artists last year was ×3 of what we always have. Am I communicating?
Yeah.
Am I communicating? So it for different people that play, a genres of music, only a series called Juju, what you see, and possibly next year. I don't want us to make that in a programs, prayer meetings, stuff like that. You can show tó yẹ pé chairman mama sort fún owó lápò ara wọn kí wọ́n lè make àwọn band happy. Kò easy o ìjọ tí ò sí mọ́tò tó máa lọ ṣátà gbóngbòrò, all these things has gone down the drain, but thank God Ọlọ́run ó ń ṣe ohun ìyanu nínú ayé wa, because ẹni tí ò bá gbìn kò lè ká nǹkan kan. You have really sown into the church, and may the God continue to water what you have sowed, and every individual listening to us. In fact, I really have a very stressful day, but I just have to make myself available.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
I'm going to join again. I promise that.
Yes, bravo. Ever been so fun Kutaye? Ever been so fun Kutaye? Káwọn náà ṣe kíni kó darapọ̀. Let's join hands together to make a change. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. So I'm still with you, sir. The host.
Okay, welcome. Yes, soon. We are through already anyway. So, but actually, thank you so much for your contribution. And I think at this point, and there's something we really have to know.
Yeah.
I understand that everybody have to eat, and that is why brother they say something. And there's something called wisdom. It's God is not against you having streams of income. You understand? It's good. But now talking of the gospel itself, and we all need to understand something, that of course we all can't sing gospel music, but people that are upcoming, we need to understand something, that if you want to do gospel, you can really do gospel music and be blessed too.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. You can do gospel music and you will be receiving thousands of dollars just for doing gospel. Now, so we spoke about these people in Christ Embassy from 1 to 10. See, they do gospel and it's only gospel. And what they earn is more than people that even do juju and other things like that. You can imagine.
Yeah.
So we just need to know that we need to do one thing about the call. What is our purpose on earth?
Yeah.
Ó wà lérè pé ẹlòmíì gospel lẹ kó máa kọ, but jùjú ló ń kọ pé orin ayé orin ìta nìkan ló ń kọ, torí pé bí a tó ní ìpè ẹtùnà sẹ ẹlòmíì ò lórí ọ̀fẹ́ yẹn, ẹlòmíì dẹ̀ ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ bí àǹkọ́ tọ́nà sọ pé everybody cannot, as I said, everybody cannot be gospel. Ẹlòmíì jùjú tó máa kọ jazz, correct jazz, hip hop gidi ló máa kọ, Ọlọ́run ló fún lórí ọ̀fẹ́ yẹn. Ẹlòmíì dẹ̀ wà gospel ló máa kọ, but they just have to be, we have to encourage them. So why? I think CPAAN also has to do that, you understand? And that's why people are like skeptical, like, are you sure these people really understand gospel itself? You understand? Do they really feel they are carrying the gospel people along? You understand? Because I'm sure that maybe most times that education is not really there, that impartation that, are you really sure that, you are on the right track? You understand? It's because of that one is not in the in what you do. And I'm not saying that compulsively you have to do that, but I think what I'm talking to everybody out there and to everybody that's listening, that we can be gospel musicians too, and we can sing and make money.
Of course.
You understand? Yes, and that is very clear. So, and because people are not listening to our song now, because people are not downloading, doesn't mean that you should now say, ayé pé kí máa kọ pé torí pé àwọn gbọ́ mi ní ìgbà tí mo ń kọ gospel. So we need to know that. Then I want to ask some few questions, just 3 questions from AbokiJesu now. It's just yes or no. Yes, before we move. And okay, first I would like to say this about copyright. Maybe Brother Shegun, or maybe it's you or someone else, maybe from CPAAN. I'm expecting a rep to come and talk about copyright. Maybe in the next few weeks. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks. AbokiJesu just work on that. Copywriting our music. Someone has a song, you want to copyright it. We need you. You can send a rep to talk about that. Or if not, a member of CPAAN, someone that is a professional too. Aboki, are you listening to me?
Yeah, he has said it. With our programs, there's going to be symposiums that will bring in, professionals, even outside the phone, that will teach people to make more money on what
Yes, from the music.
your intellectual property. Are you getting it? You know, I intentionally, head on so that it can shed more.
Yes, understand. Right.
Light on. Yes. So another question.
So what I'm saying now is that soonest, maybe in the nearest future, we are going to, maybe in some few weeks time, I will chat with you on that maybe someone from CPAAN too, maybe it's Brother Shegun or someone else. You can give us someone that will talk about this copywriting, our intellectual property too, on Celestial Masters.
All right.
You understand? Yeah, so that will be your contribution too, so that to educate our audience. So many people don't know, that you can have a song, you can make money, you can have a song. How do you copyright it? Is it Nigeria Copyright Commission that you will go, or maybe it's an online commission in UK or US that can cover the whole world, something like that too. Yes.
All right.
Then the two questions is that now, from what we are saying, that CPAAN consists of every performer, both gospel and not gospel artists.
Yes.
All right, yes. Correct. So people are aware of that. Then number two, CPAAN is representing performing artists, not Celestial Choir, because Central Choir is doing that for that.
We have the Celestial, body. I mean the choir. So, but we work hand in hand because
with Central Choir.
Most of us hails from the choir as well, and even many have passed through the Central Choir before becoming what they are today. So we can't say because we have really attained a particular level. Even me myself, before the late Abadetiro, he always give me accolade. Anytime he will allow me in because he knew my contribution belongs to the choir. Because as I am, I'm still coordinating my own personal choir at Ijebuland, Ijagu, and with that grace he knows me with. He always give me way. Whenever it comes to choir thing.
Okay, good. Okay, I think those are the questions I have for now. And yes, let me look. I think for now everyone is clear enough. Of course, I know that some people might not agree, but of course there's clarity more about CPAAN, to everyone now, and there's clarity about your vision, your mission, what you want to achieve. If people, it's a long video, long session.
It's a very big task.
And
for us listening, and we just need to come together in order to achieve it. If you see things, you say things, and we'll fight it to the core, until God, help us. It's not easy. We need the support of the church as well. We need the cooperation of the shepherds. We need the guidance of Holy Spirit as well. And that's why we always put God first. Hallelujah is our song.
Okay. God bless you so much for today. And I want to say that AbokiJesu, you are much appreciated for your time. We have spent many hours, and God bless you. It takes hours to really impact too. So I say God bless you. You really did a wonderful job today, you and Brother Shegun. And I also my greetings to the chairman, to the president, and other school members. You are doing a good job. We just need to do more. You understand? We need to improve more on it, and God will also empower you very well. For you to achieve this, and also all this misunderstanding, so you can also clear these things with our audience, this celestial audience, and also add more value to the choir. God bless you. Real good. Yes, this is CPAAN anthem. Yes,
you bringing me on the show. I want to appreciate all our contributors, all the celestial icons online. I say a big thank you. I remain my humble self, MC AbokiJesu, the Ogo self. Yeah, I want to salute the anchor. I pray God will continue to empower you. The spirit to fall ahead, God will grant unto you. And I pray, Celestia, we are one. We are one. We are one. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. So we are playing your anthem.
Yes, Yeah,
Yes.
all CPAAN.
Please let people join
One,
CPAAN. There's one of people to join CPAAN. They will encourage you. They will build you.
yes,
They have
from
enough,
the state.
training for you, empowerment for you artists.
Yeah,
So let us join. For the welfare package is also good.
from the
Yes.
state level, permit me to
Okay, sir.
mention the state coordinators. We have the governor of Lagos State, Honorable Kamiye, is the one
Okay.
governing the Lagos State. From Ogun State, Alayo Melody Singer is the one representing Ogun State. And presently,
Okay.
we have our chairman, Samson Adekombi, aka Sammy P, is the coordinator for Oyo now. After the demise of late Shegun, Tunde Akpata. So may his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
And he's the one coordinating now. And from Oshun, Evangelist Temitope Akinyemi or Akitobi, aka Tokpe Fokoko. And from Ondo, we have Alayo, Evangelist Alayo. And in diaspora, we have our representative in UK, Baba Aluri. And in US, we have our father, Sake. In Cotonou, we have Jababa. Jababa is coordinating Cotonou. And in Abuja, I forgot his name. The person that is coordinating Lokoja and Abuja. So, and as time goes on, we're going to update their numbers so that they can easily be contacted and make the registration easily before the online registration commences. Thank you very much.
All right. Yes. If someone wants to join, how do they contact you? Is there a phone number to call or a website to go? What's your CPAAN
Okay,
handle too?
I can do, or I can make myself available to link anyone that is interested. They can talk to me on my Instagram handle at MC AbokiJesu, or on my Facebook MC AbokiJesu Talent Media, or let me call my phone numbers. My phone numbers on WhatsApp 070 68 79 0283
02
070 879 0283. That's my WhatsApp contact.
Okay. All right. Good. So please, it means that everyone should also follow MC Aboki.
That you follow me, oh.
Yes, people are gonna follow you. Follow MC Aboki, and
yes.
you, of course, you also is a good brother. You have some services.
Yes.
You need to. For Aboki is there for you to help your events. And please, your programs that you want, your next symposium, if you have a flyer available, you can share with us, and we are going to post too. So, can you hear me, sir? So I said the flyer. When you are ready with your symposium program, the flyer, you can share the banner with us, and we can help you post on our page too. Are you with me? Network is.
Not yet. We're going to. We're going to share it. We are going to share it, and it will be publicized as well.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. So Aboki's number is on the screen, so you can copy it out too. God bless you. God bless you. Please, what is CPAAN's handle? Apart from you contacting you, what about your handle? CPAAN's handle.
Just
Or your page
at
on Facebook.
CPAAN. We are on Instagram as well. CPAAN.
Okay, at CPAAN. At CPAAN.
At CPAAN. Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's good.
CPAAN. Some people spell it as a CPAN, but it's CPAAN. All right, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. God bless you, MC AbokiJesu.
God bless you too.
Thank you so much. My regards to the family, to the Church of God. Thank you so much. God bless you.
You're welcome, sir. God
Have a
bless you.
wonderful time. Yes.
And you too.
Yes.
Nigeria, we put our trust in God. That's yes, 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 we know. And tomorrow we be great. Of CPAAN, of CPAAN. CPAAN is our name. We sing unto the Lord, and the name of God we praise.
Gide Latunji, thank you for joining. You joined late. Desmond, Abatesta, Titistic, Tope Adeniyi, thanks for joining. Ayo Pleasant, thanks for joining. Shegmed, you came late. Akin White, Note Official, thanks for joining. Sami G39, Obatunde Anomatopia, yes, thanks for joining. Adeshola, Celestial Hymns, Miadi Q, Bola 307, Strong Tower Cathedral. Official Onita, you have been seeing your comments. God bless you. Brother Shidi, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much for joining. All right, we're ending with a praise song from one of our sisters, Ayanfe Oluwa, and the title is Shitojuwa. Tab Hopkins, your piano. Thank you. Shitojuwa is available on AudioMac. Just search for Shitojuwa. That's from Toyo C1. All right, good one. Also, Maria Voice just released a song some few days ago. Maria Voice on AudioMac 2. Search for Maria Voice, and the title of the song is Orimi. And the video too was also out for Orimi on YouTube. As we're enjoying this from our sister too, Maria Voice 2 is there. We started with a song when we started the program. Anyway, so please download, listen, subscribe to Maria Voice's pages on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Sweet Bolly. Everyone from CPAAN, God bless you. Raphael Falade. Gracious Band, Beatrice Moses. Official Olu Davis.
Ọmọdé ń dúpẹ́, àgbà ń dúpẹ́, ọkùnrin ń dúpẹ́, obìnrin ń dúpẹ́, a dúpẹ́ fún ìdásí ẹ̀mí wa.
Also, please take note, Maria Voice's song will also be played on radio stations. And as I said, she has a video on YouTube. It's a nice one. Apex Choir, thank you for joining. Ṣèyí Oyèkán, Ìmọ́lẹ̀ Olúṣọlá. So once again, you are the gospel artists. Just ask for, even before you delve into any music, any line of music, ask from God, what is the purpose? It's not only about making money. As I said, what you learn today, you can even still be a gospel artist and make millions of naira, make thousands of dollars. You understand? It's not compulsory you sing all this secular music before you make money. So please follow your path, follow the purpose that God has, has destined you to follow, and you're going to make more impact, more, make more money, do exploit. Thank you so much, and see you next time. That'll be next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. by God's grace. Osman Sake, thank you for joining too. Osman Sake, I'm just seeing you right now. Name about one. Yes, so read me by Maria Voice, Benny. Osman Sake, you're welcome, sir. You met us, praising God with this small song there. It's not a small, it's a big song. A song of praise to God. Afiara. All right. No, I know. Afiara has joined us since. He has been with us. But that time we'll go 2423. Yes. Thanks for your contribution too. Yes. Same time next week. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful night rest.